Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Night Bully Talk. We are here with a repeat guest who we love having. So, for those of you who are not familiar with this gentleman, let's get to know him now. So, go ahead and reintroduce yourself to those who may not know you, and tell us how you got into bullies.
Well, first of all, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys inviting me back again. I always enjoy this group. It's always a lot of fun. So, with that being said, my name is Ron Papa Pit Ramos. I had that name baptized to me many, many years ago by another breeder. And I've been doing this for quite some time. I started like in 1983, started showing dogs 97, became a judge in 2004, and here we are today. And thanks to the community, I've had the opportunity to see the world. I've been blessed to go to roughly, I think, like 25 different countries,
Wow.
just about every state in the union. So I feel very blessed, especially coming from a tiny town that I come from. I've been here all my life, my town, and it's doubled in size. So it's 1,600 people now, to give you an idea of what kind of a town I come from. And to be found in a little tiny town like this, I feel like, man, it was like picking a grain of sand out, man. I felt so blessed,
Yeah.
man.
Mm, 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 mm.
But that's it in a nutshell.
Man, no, we love having you on. One, it's I mean, as a human being, you are just top tier. You don't hold back when it comes to helping people and giving them, advice and guidance. You don't gatekeep, which is great. And you're just such a kind person, but you're also hysterical. So yeah, so having you on is a blessing to us. So I appreciate you being willing to come on again and catch up with us, because it's been a little bit since the last time you have been on the show. So just as you mentioned earlier, one of your accolades, one of your many, is that you judge, and so you actually you have a few judging gigs coming up throughout the year. One of which I feel is kind of I feel like is new territory for you. It's with the IOEBA. Is that correct?
That's correct. But the ironic thing is, it's actually I've judged the dogs before,
Mm-hmm.
and I've actually judged the American Bulldog before. They're national,
Mm-hmm.
and this is actually, you're right. It is my first time stepping in with these gentlemen, but I'm very familiar with the animals. I'm saying they've been around a long time. Just that they took a little hiatus because all the competition and everything. And I'm glad to see them coming back, man, because I think everybody needs their place where they have a spotlight. All the different breeds deserve that. So I'm
Yeah.
glad they're coming back and they're making a strong comeback, and hopefully I can help them grow their platform and stuff. That's one thing I enjoy, helping and growing other people's platforms. I've done many different registries, just about every registry you can imagine. I've participated. You would be surprised how many different registries I was director of judges for. It might
Yeah.
have been a short span, but they all bring me in when they need a boost and so that. So,
Wow.
I love doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I hope this show turns out great. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's
When is
never.
that show? When is that show and where is it at?
Uh, the show is
Is it
Mercedes. When's that
is
show?
that the one in
In
Missouri?
In,
The
October.
one
in St.
the,
Louis,
the,
yeah.
is
The
that the
one
one
in
in
Missouri?
No, no, this is
No, that's the
Reno.
one in
Reno.
Vegas.
Reno.
October
Reno.
Okay.
10th, Reno, Nevada.
Yeah,
There we
The
go.
one in
October.
Missouri is gonna be this weekend.
Oh yeah, the 11th.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah. So St. Louis,
And
the
for you
Lawrence is
folks that want to go out and have a great time, I'm telling you, man, Reno is the city, man. It's a casino town. They got casinos everywhere. They got great fishing. There's a lot of things to see and do there. They have car collections there, everything. Um, and again, like I said, it's a beautiful. They got an amazing lake, trophy trout. I mean, it's got everything you want in that little town, and it's high in the Sierra Nevadas, so
Mhm.
a lot of timber and stuff. I'm telling you, man, it's a beautiful
Yeah.
place to be.
Interesting. I've never made it up that way. I've never been to Vegas or Reno or any of those. So that sounds like something that you might have to put together in the books.
I
But
was hot. I was hot shotting
hot shotting a commercial load coming into Reno, and that was
Oh,
my
yeah?
first time there. I was super excited. I know Reno's got some cool stuff, and I was topping the hill. I had a team driver. I had a guy with me, and we're topping the hill, and I'm like, "We're in Reno, baby!" And the tire blew, and we almost went into the bridge.
Oh, wow.
Great track record.
And couldn't even get off of the bridge. We're stuck, and then we get out to look, and it blew all the tires on that side. It's a big deal. It is 5:20
Welcome to Reno.
p.m. 5:20 p.m. on a Friday, so there's no tire shop in the world open till Monday.
No, yeah.
We are stuck,
Oh.
baby.
Well, that's not a
That's
bad place to
phenomenal.
get stuck for the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not.
Hey,
Yeah.
Michael, you were a hot shot?
Yeah, I hot shot for a little while.
Oh, wow. For the
Yeah.
Department of the Forestry.
No, hot shotting is what they call when you're transporting loads cross country, like
Oh,
in a
okay.
one-
When I have several family members that are in the Cal Fire, so that when I hear,
Oh yeah,
you
same
know,
name. Yeah,
yeah,
same
I was
thing.
gonna say, man, I want to see you in a parachute.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Mainly, he just wants to see you go out of a plane or a helicopter. So I guess
There
what I'm
you go.
actually hearing.
I'm all right with
He
that. We
wants
can
to
do
see
all
you
that.
pushed out of a plane.
I wasn't ready.
I know. Why isn't this working? I love that. I love that. Well, so I do see that Brian is offering congratulations. So for those of you guys viewing who are unaware, Mr. Papa Pitt here has actually been nominated for a judge nomination, best judge in the National Bully Awards. So those announcements came out earlier today. Thank you, Donald Murphy, for that.
Yes.
And so among the nominees for best judge of the year, we've got Papa Pitt himself. So congratulations again on that nomination, my dude.
That's awesome, man.
I'm very honored, and to win something like that from my community, both from my community, that means the world. I'm saying, you can win all the accolades in the world, but when it comes directly from the community, that
Mhm.
means even more. And I got to give a shout out to Mr. Caleb. He's in there too. Him and his wife.
Yeah.
Well,
So
thank you. I
that's
appreciate that.
awesome. I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
But
So,
Hey, Tuesday Night Bully Talk on there.
Oh, yeah.
What all has been
Yes.
nominated, and what all do we have? Do we have a list of what all's in there?
well, so I mean, there's nominations ranging anywhere from like best judges, best handler, best junior handler, best registry, best breeder of individual bully breeds, whatnot. But as far as nominations accumulated on the screen, you've got obviously Ron and Caleb for best judge. You've got Tuesday Night Bully Talk got nominated
That's
for
cool.
best podcast.
That's cool.
So
that's right.
thank you to the community for that
Yes.
nomination. We definitely appreciate it. Then I know that Caleb and his wife Micaiah have been nominated in a couple categories, if I'm not mistaken, or more.
Mhm. Oh, neat.
Best XL breeders, best best couple, and then there was another one.
Mhm.
Which one was it?
Best
Promoter?
supporter. Supporter.
Yes, there you
Yeah.
go. So yeah, I think that's absolutely phenomenal. And then I see that Caleb and I are both wearing our pull up or shut up.
Yeah.
That actually our friends.
That was cool seeing them on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So Stuart and Sean, congratulations to y'all for getting nominated for your efforts for pull up or shut up. That's definitely going to be something to watch. But yeah, so super exciting times right now. So again, thank you, Donald Murphy, for all that and putting this together and getting the community involved in getting people's names and highlights out there. Because yeah, we see you, we see everybody on that
Mhm.
list. So it's phenomenal. So
Yeah, it is. That's
yeah,
really cool.
yeah. So and I think
Congratulations to everybody that
Yeah, I didn't know the list came out.
it did today. Today,
today?
kind of. I feel like
Yeah, I got
I
it.
heard about it tonight.
Yeah, I got a message from Donald, and I was surprised. I'm like, but is this from the last time? Is this old, or did I actually?
Nope,
I
that's just
wasn't
here now.
sure. Yeah, I'm surprised, to be honest with you. Yeah, this is my second time being nominated, so maybe I'll get lucky now.
Man,
maybe we'll make
hey.
it through.
Oh, definitely.
Everyone that's
Yeah.
watching, go vote right now. Papa Pitt, Ron Ramos, National Bully Awards. The link, we actually need to put the link in the comments. But yeah, man, you are so well deserving, and I love that he does this. Like when he gets the community, like you
Yes.
said, the community is literally voting. So it's kind of like the ESPYS, like for
Hmm.
the breed or the community, anyways, because it's multiple breeds. But it's cool. It's the third national
I
one,
think
so
there's
I like that.
yeah, I have to agree with you, man. Because but this was something that was, I think it's something that is well needed and deserving of the community. So cause I have to agree with you, man. It's really cool. At first, a lot of people were like, kind of, you know,
Get
I
skeptical.
think some,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think sometimes people get a little envious of that, the thing is,
Yeah.
some, I'm a supporter, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to
Mhm.
support everybody's,
Are.
whatever they do, whatever eventually they step into the world with, it's always nice to support them, man,
Yeah.
So, especially as a positive thing, it's nothing bad, you know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
I'm excited for the whole thing.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no,
me
for
too.
sure. And I mean, and the thing is recognizing you for your efforts as a judge. I mean, I see you frequently out there, not even just judging, but you're mentoring too. And I think that's something that makes a great judge is that you're not
Get a
just judging your dog,
headphone.
you're also.
Pressure is going to whine the whole time.
Oh yeah, there he goes. Cry. His females are in heat, so Pressure is losing his composure in every fashion. But yeah, no,
He's
you
got some
mentor, and
pressure
that's
built
a
up.
massive thing. Yeah, Pressure's kind of that poor dog.
But something that's one thing I've always enjoyed is mentoring. I guess and I've done it for many years. Same I coach baseball, coach football. I did a lot of stuff like that. And it's always been mentoring, and I've been very blessed that I've been very successful, whether it be baseball or football. You know, we had a super football team. Saying so, but I enjoy it though, man. I mean, you cannot. For you people out there that that snub your nose at people that ask questions or you're above them, you're missing out, man. Because believe it or not, there's nothing more exhilarating than instant gratification of seeing somebody be successful because you had a helping hand.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And for them to come back and search you out and say, "Hey, man, you somehow," whether it be anybody in this group here, hey, I'm going to come back and tell you, thank you. I did this, I did that, and guess what? I won or I did this, and it's actually a beautiful thing, and it's a good charge. It gives you a charge, man. You're like,
Mhm.
wow, I actually
Yeah.
helped this guy do something. He's content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I honestly encourage everyone to mentor somebody, and don't ever
That's
think
right.
that your words are not of value. Whether it be a small critique or just something you see that you want to share with that person that they tried this next time. Believe it or not, every little bit counts, man. When you come to mentoring.
I like
Agreed.
That's
that.
true.
Oh,
Well,
definitely.
one of the things I love about this podcast the most is it kind of sets us apart, in my opinion. Is all positive vibes on here, man. We don't get down with
That's
all
that's
that
right.
blah 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 and all
Yeah.
that negative talk, and
Mhm.
everybody stays in good vibes, and we're here to uplift the community and our breeds, uplift the people that are involved, keep a pulse on what's going on and how we're
Hmm.
moving forward with things. That's the kind of stuff we be on. So
Absolutely.
I'm proud of us for that. I feel like that's our foundation,
Mhm.
and so yeah, to speak on that right there, man. Somebody's got to be pushing positive vibes. Somebody's got to be mentoring, teaching
Mhm.
people the right things and pushing them in the right directions. Uh, you know, you already know how I feel about you, Ron. So
I
uh,
appreciate you. Yeah,
to me, you're quite the inspiring guy. You've got
Hmm.
a
I appreciate
legacy
that, man.
behind you, brother.
Oh yeah.
You've done so much for the dog world,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and you're still so active. And
Countless
I
people
know in a
in
way you
honest
kind of feel about
lives.
half retired, but you're not.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where it's just like you can just look back, and I mean, you have had your hand not just in this breed, but in this community, which consists of multiple breeds, um, for
How long has that
decades.
been? Let's put a number on it.
Oh my
For
God!
Well,
people
you
that
said,
don't know, Ron, how long you been in
I,
this, man?
I started actually breeding in 1983.
Mm,
And then I started showing UKC. You know, when I came and start showing UKC, I used to go down to the. I was just a young buck, and I would go down to the SPCA because that's where they had the shows,
Mhm.
and and I used to be so intrigued with a pit bull, and because I would go down there and watch the weight pool and
Mhm.
all this cool stuff, man. They don't do it now very seldom. Whether it be the hang time or whatever it was. I mean, I was like, wow. I was wowed by it, and I thought, like, man, if when God said He's going to make a dog, man, He had the pit bull in mind. I thought, man, I'm saying, I really did
Super
think
dog
that,
for
man.
sure.
Saying, yeah, so I got I got so excited that I said, I got to do this, man. You know, um, but I didn't get into the sport, the stat sports side of it. I got into the showing, and what happened was that, and this is a real story, and I'm sure you guys heard it before, but I got married very young, and I was working hard just to put potatoes on the plate for the kids and stuff. Saying, and I told the wife one day, I come home and I said, I'm gonna buy me a show dog. And she goes, oh, that's nice. She says, okay, go get one. I said, well, what's it gonna cost? I said, back then it was like $500. Oh, you got kids to feed. You better find a way to get that money because you ain't taking it out of
Yeah.
them beans and potatoes, buddy.
Oh
And so I thought like, man, this I got to do this. I was driven, right? So
no. Yeah.
I literally collected cans to buy my
Wow.
first show dog. And I
Yeah.
bought
Oh,
it, and this is a real story. I bought, at my work, I put a big can up there, and I say, I'm trying to earn some extra money. Could you guys throw your cans in there? And I ended up buying a dog from the lady by the name of Patty Allen, and
Wow.
an amazing lady. She passed away probably going on maybe 8 years now, and I wish I would have got pictures with her. And I kept procrastinating. I'm gonna go see you with Patty. I'm gonna get some pictures, and I never did. And she passed away, and man, it just broke my heart. But when I went to this lady, I went to make this purchase of this dog. I was excited, and she got this dog for me, and um, I got the dog from her. Excuse me. And the next day, I get a call from her. He goes, and it's her and her husband, like, how you doing, Ron? Are you excited you got this dog? And they were like just pumped up, they were encouraging me, we
Mhm.
can't
Yeah.
wait to get you out here and teach you how to handle. And sure enough, I would go like every weekend to her
Mhm.
place. And this woman was a poor woman too, man. And we would go out there and we have a mock show every Saturday,
Wow.
man. Just to
Nice.
go out there in the
Wow.
park and just have a mock show. And she would
Mhm.
tell us how we would just act the dogs. She would act like a judge, and she would have somebody else act like a judge. And this woman had a raspy voice, skinny as like an olive oil, little skinny lady, you know, um, oaky to the core,
Mhm.
and smoked like a train. And just was, hey, Ron, come get the dogs. I mean, it was just from all the smoking this woman did, man. You
Yeah.
see? But
Oh
but she had a heart of gold, man. I'm
no.
telling you,
Mhm.
man. It's a miracle that her husband threw me out of the house. But I was there. I was just so excited to be around these dog people. I would stay there and like until the sun go down, and she would even feed me. Say, we're having some shepherd's pie today or something. So I would sit there and eat, and she'd be showing me pictures, and I was just from all the great dogs. And I can't thank that woman enough, man. For her, this would have never been possible to
Mhm.
Yeah.
guide me along and take me along the road and teach me how to handle dogs and those. So this little skinny old Okie girl, she's the one that got me started, and I'll forever
That's
be
awesome.
grateful to her. Saying to because
And when was that you got your first dog? What year was that?
that was I think '97. I think that was
Seven.
back then. Back then his name was Midnight Spanky's Raider, and and his other name was Second Place Spanky because this dog I took him to every show in the valley, and he got a second place everywhere we went.
Oh,
And and the
Second
nickname,
place.
I'm
Thank
not
you.
kidding you, man. Also, they but hey, we're second place Spanky. Holy shit, man!
Oh
You guys
my
know how to you guys know how to
gosh.
you
dig
know
into a
that's a
guy,
term of
man.
endearment or like a
Yeah.
jab. You're like,
you know,
thanks. Yeah.
but some of the
Beat a
ironic
man when he's
thing,
down.
but the thing was, in my mentality of thinking was that I'm in the fight. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
you could have a
You're at
dog
least
take
in
a
the
best
race.
in show and never win anything again. But,
Yeah.
but old second place Spanky, man, he was in the fight every damn show, man. We come home with a second place ribbon. And once in a blue moon, we get our blue ribbon, you see. And he
Yeah.
finally champed out and stuff. But I mean, it was the funniest thing ever. I'm not making this stuff up, man. Second place Spanky, man. And I had enough red ribbons to wallpaper a wall, man.
Oh,
But I never gave up, man. And the reason I got the dog is so ironic was I got him because one of my sons was going a little astray, and I
mm,
thought I get this boy a dog, maybe it'll change his focus and
yeah.
get him out of trouble. And it sure enough did. He started
Wow.
focusing more on the dog, and I would take him with me and stuff like that. So it was a blessing in disguise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Sure.
it was a good time, and I showed the guy. He actually got at the Nationals. What year was that National? I can't remember. What year was the
Okay.
National? This is a National. At one of the Nationals, he got best male. So I was jazzed about that, and it was under a judge by the name of Ron Gaither, and Ron Gaither was a pretty well known judge, very famous at the time. I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure it
Yeah.
was Ron Gaither. I'd hate to get the wrong name, but I'm almost positive Ron Gaither, and he had a beautiful black dog named Jet Bomber, and I
Okay.
think I think Spanky caught his eye because Spanky was a jet black dog with a white blaze, and that white blaze stood out like a headlamp, man. Because he was just so black and shiny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was what got me started on this, and from there it just grew. It kept going and going and going, and I enjoyed every minute of it. You know what I'm saying? It's been a blessing.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a ride ever since. And you
Oh
said
my God.
you started judging. What was that in you said 2004?
And
Yeah.
actually it was 2003. I think it was 2002. But it was not sanctioned shows at the time. It was more of the meet and greets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I got invited to judge, so I started judging, and this is the some of the first bully shows.
Hmm.
And oh, sorry. Um, uh,
Doing
I
flips.
remember. The one of my actually my second show, I believe it was. It was a bully show. These were bully shows I was being because I had been in the AKC, the American Staffordshire Terrier, which was
Yeah.
amazing. I got to show like in the Ikanuba and stuff like that. I never made it to the final ring of those big shows like that you see on TV, but
Hmm.
just to be there and dressed up and all the pomp and circumstance, it was beautiful, man. I'm telling you, when you do some of these big AKC shows, man, they're amazing, man.
Oh yeah.
But
Sequins. Yeah, that's crazy.
it's awesome, man. People get dressed
Mhm.
up, and it's really a cool, experience. But what I was saying though is that I got invited, right, and my second show, because when my first show did, I picked a dog that was a little more terrier, right,
Yeah.
and these were bullies, right.
Right.
So I literally stood outside the ring and I told myself aloud, but nobody's around. I told myself, Ron, these are American bullies. You got to rethink yourself. I'm saying reprogram what you're used to seeing, and it was I did it that way so I could hear myself and do it, and that was the beginning, I think, of sharpening my skills to judge American bullies. Because when I started, like I said, everything was pit bulls,
Hmm.
and I think that was a profound moment for me, and that's when I started experiencing becoming a better judge of the variety of this particular breed. So these are stories that nobody knows, like I say, but that's a real story. I stood outside the ring and hey, Ron, remember, Ron, these are American bullies. They're not pit bulls. And I think what happens in some judges today, they may have come from a certain variety or something, and their mind is set, and you have to reprogram your mind and not your mind but your eye, because you develop an eye watching these
You do.
animals.
You do.
So, give an example. Caleb probably has a great eye for excels, but yet he has the skills to look at other dogs and understand what
Hmm.
is the proper dog that fits that variety.
Hmm.
And so it takes time. And then when you do this, it takes time to reset your mind to look at the dogs in the proper perspective of the written standards.
Mhm.
So
I'm a big fan of this thinking because um, in some of my early showing, you know, I seen a little bit different things going on with judges where you know, you watch them judge a little while, a couple shows in, and it's like, yeah, we know what kind of dogs you prefer because you're judging the pockets very well, but then yeah, when it comes to some of these other breeds, I can tell your heart's not in it. Like you're really not picking these dogs apart like you could be, you know, and not a shot at them, but just you know, it's some you can tell when a judge has done like you said and taken the time to say like, hey, my own personal biases aside, I'm here to look at dogs by their breed type, by their standards, by this registry, and here we are. And all these dogs who are coming in front of me are just as important to me as another. And
Mhm.
when a judge has that mindset, you can really tell it. And it's
yeah,
something that in a show myself, I really appreciate that type of thing, you know, to see the respect given there to the breeds, you know.
you know, Michael, you speak volumes, man, because what happens is they do so well in those particular varieties because that's their comfort zone. And to be a real good judge, you know, you have to step out of your comfort zone. You know, you
Yep.
have to think outside the box, you know, and
I
sometimes
apprenticed in IOEBA because of that.
there you go, see.
I'm an XL
And,
breeder, but I wanted to learn about the Bulldogs, and I had an opportunity with Jamie Sweet and John Sweet and my guy Cole House's show, Sykes Pups. Put on that show in Searcy, Arkansas, with that new registry. It's an old new registry, and
Right.
I
Revamp.
had a chance to get in there with some of the greats, man, and it's totally out of my element, and
Yeah.
it was a blast.
but that's a beautiful thing because you know
Yeah.
that's the opportunity to grow, you know,
Mhm.
and I encourage all judges to go to these different events. You
Mhm.
know, in the very beginning, I would tell the judges for the ABKC, I would tell them, listen, you guys need to go to AKC
Mhm.
shows, you know, and go look at the English Bulldogs. And we
Yeah.
don't have English Bulldogs right now. I said, I understand that. But if you look at an English Bulldog and you look at the American Bullies, you start to see the traits that were introduced to there, how they move, whether it be a roll or
Yep.
a little paddling in the movement. I said, I'm
Mhm.
not tell you to go judge those shows or anything. I'm telling you so you can see what gave birth to what you're looking at. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, and as time went
Train your
on,
eye. Yeah.
exactly, you know, and I told him, I said, the other thing, I says, go look at the French Bulldogs. They're coming, you know,
Mhm.
and study those dogs. That way, when you get in the ring, you become more proficient and again I just get a little broken hearted when certain registries say, well, you know, you can't go there, you know, and that's not what you want your judges to do. You want to grow those guys. You want
Mhm.
them to be the best. You want to develop an eye, learn the different varieties and stuff. So it's to me it's very important that you do that. And my hat's off to you, Michael, because you know that's a great thing you did that because again, I encourage you to even do more of that. You know, go to, like I said, go to an AKC show. You'll be blown away. You'll love it, man.
Oh
Go
yeah,
to
Oh, yeah.
I would
UKC.
love
Go
it.
to all
So
these shows,
overwhelming a
man.
little bit.
Oh,
Brace yourself.
it's amazing. You're going to
There's
see a lot of great stuff.
hundreds of one breed. It's insane. It is
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's
massive.
a show here in Palm Springs, right, and it's held on a uh, polo field,
Mhm.
and it's
What you need to
gigantic
be.
show, right?
Yep.
They have like 26 rings going on at this
For
show.
days. For days.
Yes, for
It's
days. It's
Yeah,
like
like
it's
on
five
like
for
day
like
different
events.
4 or 5
days.
days.
Yeah.
And,
It's like,
and if you want to be blown away by some of the best dogs you ever seen in your life, you'll see dogs that you never thought existed, and they're
Yeah.
so cool.
or that you've
You
never
know,
seen in person. You're like, is that a brorzoi? What is
I don't
that? Oh my
Yeah.
god!
but you know, like I
I
said,
don't
it's just
know
in
if it's
my.
just me or go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry, there's a lag
No,
between
no,
us.
no. Go ahead.
I was saying I don't know if it's just me, but I know it's for me for sure. But I think everybody maybe sees it like this too. But it's so fascinating to me to see when somebody has trained with a dog, and that dog is so alert and focused on its handler, and they're going through the motions of whatever dance they're doing, whether it be weight pulling, whether it be around the ring, you know, and they're gating that dog, and the whole world's watching, you know, these televised events, these big shows. Like to me, that's just like mind-blowing stuff, man. That is so passionate.
Oh man, I tell you,
So
I've been in the
deep.
ring. I've been on the blue carpet with the lights, all the dimmed around you, and the light focusing on the dog. Right? It's like
Oh
it is. It's like
man, dude.
it's you know
Yeah.
it's like it's almost like the Oscars or something. It's
Yeah.
wild.
It is.
You know what I'm
Absolutely,
saying?
because
Yeah.
they definitely
Mesmerizing for me.
dress like
Yeah.
they're going to.
You know, and the other thing is this is for all those people out there, the inspiring judges and stuff, is never take a question in the context of they're challenging your mental capacity or you're not good enough or whatever it may be. Because some judges take personal. When you ask a judge about
Yeah.
something, why did my dog win, or didn't you see this or that dog, right? You know, don't take it as a challenge in the context of you're questioning my skill. No, taking the
Right.
challenge of being a good communicator. Learn how to answer that question.
I
Because
love
I've
that.
seen judges get pissed off because you asked me a question, right? Not me. I've seen some man. Let me think about that. I'm gonna answer you right now. You know, we're in the middle of this class right now, but come back to me and just do this. But don't make a hasty remark. And I've
Yeah.
said this 1,000 times, a sharp tongue never taught a lesson. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of guys that come on, I watch these podcasts, and some of these guys come out there, they're all cocky, they bring their book out. Well, in the book it says this, and I do that, and that's fine. I understand that. But calm down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Be humble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
Because these
Exactly.
people look at you and you come off kind of arrogant and cocky. And believe it or not, you're pushing those guys away. They're not going to come to you and ask you a question.
100%,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
The thing
And
about it is when you have
Stop
people
people.
at different levels, say you have a group of people in the dog world together, maybe it's a show, maybe it's a private, event where people are around, but you got all these people with all these different levels of education and experience, and they came in at different times in the dog history and different things, and they're at different levels in their program and stuff, and everybody's humble and everybody's got their ears open. It's such a conducive environment. Every it's so energetic, right? But when you get that pride and that ego, and it's everybody's like, look at what I've done, and it turns into all that, and then it's like, well,
Yeah.
what did he say about my dog? Well,
what
if
they
the
don't
person will
realize,
just calm down and soak
it,
it up, man, and just chill,
100%.
it's powerful, man, to be in the
It
presence of
is.
so many.
What they don't understand, you can train a blind mouse to hand out ribbons. The thing is, so the thing is, you know, be humble, do it graciously, and don't accept questions as mentoring because that's
Yeah.
what you're doing. You're getting the privilege of teaching this guy something, man. That's when you become a judge, it's actually a privilege because your peers are saying this
Mhm.
guy needs to be a judge. So that's a beautiful thing. You really think
Mhm.
about it. So when you're judging, it's very
Yeah,
important that you're humbled. And like I said, a sharp tongue never taught a lesson. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
the other thing is,
that's such a good phrase.
even if there's a dog in the ring, I've done this 1,000 times, man. If there's a dog in the ring, and I think this dog's amazing, right? Or he's got some good qualities, and the guy didn't make the ribbons and all that, right? And I'll ask that guy, hey, listen, stick around for a second. And
Yeah.
he'll stay. I'll excuse the ring. He'll come to me and say, what's up? I said, something I want to tell you, man. Man, you got a nice dog, man. Do this, do that, try this, and then jump back in the ring again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it encourages them. And guess what?
Yeah.
It may be 6 months down the road, a year. Hey, Ron, man, dang it, man. Thank you so much, man. I've been
Mm-hmm.
winning. I've been doing this, and he didn't win a ribbon. I didn't ask me a question, but I felt like I needed to give this guy a push, man. He got something really nice in his hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the other thing that judges need to work on is those guys. And one of the most ignorant things I've ever heard of a judge say was, if they don't like the way I judge, they don't have to come show under me. To me, that is, guess what's going to happen, man? You're
Ain't
gonna get
nobody
your
gonna come
wish.
say.
That's right.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
Ain't
gonna
nobody
get your
gonna come.
wish.
Yeah.
When you go judge, all of a sudden you're not getting assignments from that, or one guy shows up in the ring, you got your wish, man. They don't have
Absolutely.
to show
Well,
it to you.
exactly. And the neat
Mm-hmm.
thing is
Yeah.
I feel like judges, there's this need to mentor, because that comes in extraordinarily handy to propel people within the community. But you guys are also steering the breed, because
We're stewards of the
your
breed. Yeah, right.
your sole purpose as a judge is to literally pick the dog that is the paradigm of the standard, like is the
Mm-hmm.
closest to their respective breed standard in the ring at that time. And basically you're telling, because it's a showcase of breeding stock. So you're basically telling everybody who's watching that has this breed that that's what you need to breed towards, not to
Yeah.
necessarily individually, but towards. So it's like you guys, your responsibility is immense, and a lot of people don't take that into consideration. Like, oh, he just goes in there and picks dogs. I'm like, oh, no.
Right.
And like it's it's the mentoring, it's the steering of the breed in the right direction, and making examples. So it is a lot goes into it that some people it's more than just handing out ribbons and picking dogs. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's way more than that.
And the other thing is, some believe it or not, and maybe this, I hope other judges feel this way, but I take a lot of pride when I step in that ring. I don't give a damn what registry it is. I don't give a damn if it's a fun show. I take pride in what I do. When I step in that ring, man, the first time, I remember the first time I stepped into a big, big venue, big ring, and I felt like, man, I belong here. I fit.
Yeah.
It was electric, man. You know what I'm saying? I just like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm here. This is where I belong. I honestly felt that, you know what I'm saying? And I think if judges were to take a lot more pride in what they're doing, not just going there because, celebrity status or whatever it may be,
Right.
do this thing because you're blessed to have people want you to come out and judge your dogs. So, I take a lot of pride, man. And when you take pride into what you do, you become a better judge, you know what I'm saying? Because then you owe nobody no favors, that. And it's one of the things where I've had a lot of people come under me, and some have been very good friends, and they understand that when I get into that ring, you're just another handler. And I don't mean it,
Yeah.
and I don't mean that in lessening. I'm just saying you're like everybody else. In fact, I got bad news for you. I might be a little
Maybe a little
tougher
bit
on
more.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So you better
Yeah.
come, with your best game and do your best. And you'll get the win under me. But
Mhm.
I know everybody's
You gotta earn
watching
it.
me. You gotta earn
Yeah.
it. All right. So
That's me, man.
um
I don't want it if I can't earn it.
Yeah.
oh
You know?
man, I
That's
learned that
so.
from I
Yeah.
learned that from coaching football. Man. I never wanted another team to lay down for me. I wanted a fight, man. I
Earn
want
that
that game
win.
to. Oh man, we had some great games, man. I was like, those were the most memorable. It wasn't the one that you rolled over the team. You
Oh
beat them
yeah.
100-0.
Exactly.
But it was that game that you won 3-3. You had a tie and you
Hmm.
kicked the field
Uh,
goal at the end. Like
hard fought.
oh
Yeah.
man, you bust the hemorrhoid out because you're so tense and because you're so you're gritting your teeth and
Uh,
you know um
Oh, it's
Major
oh,
amazing.
intensity, man.
Oh,
Major.
I'm telling you, man. I'm not kidding. You get that. You
Oh
get that
my
emotional
gosh.
involved, man. You're saying,
Man.
that's the kind of games I want, and that's
Yeah.
the kind of competition I want to win under.
Mhm.
And back to judging and what Michael had said about, you could tell what a judge is picking. If he
Hmm.
has a certain preference, you could see it. And I like what you that because it triggered to me. One of the things I do when I evaluate judges, when I was training judges and I would try to teach them consistency is a key.
Mhm.
And what I meant by that is at the end of the show, when you start getting your final lineups, all the males are lined up of all the winning classes, all the females are all lined up. You should see consistency.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah.
see if he's a good judge, every one of those dogs will be damn near identical, man.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
right.
And if he's all over the place, if he's got, one skinny, one short, one fat, other blind, crippled, and crazy, there was, there was no consistency in his
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah.
So if
Right.
you really want to evaluate a judge,
I
look at
like
his
that.
final lineups.
Hmm.
Oh,
I'm
for sure.
telling you, you will be amazed at what you see. Great
Mhm.
judges will have a consistency of the lineup of their final picks, and then they pick the best in shows and all the other winners. You know what I'm saying, but if you really want to see a judge's eye, look towards his end when he's doing all the final picks of all the classes of males, and
I
you're going to
like
see
Yep.
that.
it there.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I guess I try to teach these guys. I've had judges on the sideline, and we'll be watching another judge, and I go, look at that lineup. Look at the consistency. Is there a big
Mhm.
deviation? Oh no, they look pretty much the same.
Yeah. Strive for
That
that.
gentleman did his homework. He's got a good
Yeah.
eye. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Hmm.
but we can get off the subject of good judges, and we can. There's so much to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for
But
sure.
again, like I said, just I've always been an open door. You know,
Yeah.
if anybody out there is listening and they want to talk to me about just in general about judging us, message me. I'll be glad to answer your questions. We'll even talk on the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well,
Well, I think.
you are so
Go ahead, man.
accessible. That's something that I've always admired about you is how accessible you
Yes.
are to, and that's not just like when you're at shows or, you know, like you are accessible anytime. And I remember, you know, reaching out to you the first time that we were interested in having you on years ago. And you, I mean, you got back to me so quickly and wanted to know about the show. And you made yourself so accessible and you've continued to do so to the community, to the public, to us. And it's a mark. Like it's fantastic.
well, you
That's
know,
what
I think that's part of my
It is.
longevity. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've been here so long.
I
And
agree.
I'm a guy without a home. You know, so I don't belong to any registry. You
Mhm.
know, but the thing is, though, I'm still very. I'm not gonna say I'm in demand anymore. A lot of people don't know who I am, stuff like that. But the thing is, I still do my shows, and still people still, you know, want me to judge their dogs and so that. And it's one of those things. You know, when I go to shows judging, I try to be there no less than an hour prior, and I'll walk the entire show. I won't stop in one booth because I don't people think I'm throwing favoritism. So
right.
I've told my judges when I teach them, I says, listen, if you go to one booth, you better go to every
Gotta go
booth
to all
before
of
that
them.
show.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, so
Every
or
single
don't do it at all, or sit in the corner. You know, so
Yeah.
it's one of the things where I like that, and I'm the last guy because you know why, man? Because I want to make sure that everybody that needed to ask me a question
Mhm.
got it off their chest.
I
And
like that.
if I'm the last guy there and I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm okay with that. They pay me to do a job and I'm gonna do my job to my fullest. So when they come to me and it's the end of the show, you know, I've had hosts say, "You want to go?" No, no, no. I'm staying here to the end. You know,
Yep.
Nice.
I'm gonna make sure that every last person that wanted to see me or
Yep.
speak to me gets that opportunity. You know,
I
you
think
know,
you made a good point, Ron. There's also there's more than one dynamic to being a judge. You know, it's not just like you said, a blind mice can hand out ribbons, right? But it's not just what you do in the ring. It's from the
That's
time
like,
you get out of your car and
mhm.
you go in the building.
amen.
All eyes are on you, and you need to have the integrity to be professional on all accounts and be flat across the board. You know, you're here to do a job and do it right,
Mhm.
and to treat people fairly. And there's a lot of eyes on you, and it's nothing worse than you know. You could tell you're in a fun show, and the fun show judge he's really a sanctioned guy, and he's judging the fun show, and kind of seems like his heart's not in it. You know, like all these
Yeah, he's not
exotics
taking
and
it.
all
He's
these
not
different
taking it
things that he
Oh,
normally
I get
doesn't.
that. Everybody thinks that when I judge a fun show, they think, "Oh man, you know, he's going to pick structured out." No, you know, I understand. I know how to separate myself and
Mhm.
judge all these types of shows. I've done
When you're in
hundreds fun
Rome, you do
shows.
as the Romans do,
That's
man.
it,
You know.
man. Amen.
Mhm.
And not only
Yeah.
that, but I'll tell you what I saw do. I'll even go up to the host and say, "Listen to me. What is the theme of your show?
Hmm.
What are you looking at these people? And
Yeah.
I'm gonna cater the show to what you need of me, but I'm
Mhm.
gonna
Yeah.
add my twist to it. So I literally go to the host and I will ask these guys,
Yep.
you know, what is the
Where's your
theme
head at?
behind your fun show? You know,
Mhm.
Yep.
and I can cater to them and I can make that thing work. And I think that's why I'm one of the few, you know, hardcore um structure guys that can still go out and I get invited to fun shows because I can deviate, I can separate myself from that.
Mhm.
And I know what, you know, I see some pretty cool little fun show dogs, I'm saying.
Yeah.
And not only
Mhm.
that, but I look at a fun show as an opportunity to win souls over and bring them into the show ring.
Mhm.
You know, it's like the
Hmm.
old Sodom and Gomorrah when God sent him out to, he said, you know, pick me 500 richest men. He said, hey, God, that's a lot of guys, man. You know, well, give me
Yeah.
50, man. You know, give me 50. Well, you're still pushing it, God. Well, give me five. So, okay, well, let's do five. You know, if I can win two guys over and come over to the, you know, the
Yeah.
confirmation ring, I did
Mhm.
The
something. You know what
dark
I'm saying?
side. No.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you got to take everything as a challenge, but a
Yeah.
Yeah.
positive challenge. You know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Speaking of challenges, man, I know a little bit about what you've been doing in the micro world. You know, I know why, because I know what type of dude you are. So you seen once you sit it back and realize like the breed's not going anywhere. No matter
Not,
what anybody thinks about the
man,
abomination,
you hit
whatever,
it right
it's
on the
not
nail
going
right on the
anywhere.
head,
And
man.
so it's time to start talking to these guys that are trying to do it right and figure out how to get these dogs looking better because they're here to stay. You
Yeah.
know, and you've gotten involved, and I believe just me watching from a distance, I believe that's what you're trying to do. But tell us a little bit about what you've been doing there.
You know, that's the truth, man. You know, I said a long time ago when the exotics broke out and stuff, everybody was throwing rocks at them and stuff like that. And it reminded me of my early days with the American Bully because
Yeah.
I showed AKC, which is top tier,
Yes.
and I did the UKC, which is not too far behind. So when I left those two groups and I started judging in the American Bully world, a lot of those people, you know, they unfriended me and they told me you're screwing up. You know, what are you doing, Ron? And this is before I ever became a judge or anything. I was just a handler, and I told these guys, I said, listen, man, you know, you want to badmouth these people about their dogs are bad, they're this, they're that. I said, you know, why don't you take a proactive stance instead of throwing rocks? Get in there, tell them, hey, this is how you handle a dog. This is how you stack a dog. This is how you do this. This is
Yeah.
how you do that. You know, instead of doing that. So
Be the
that,
change.
yeah, you know, so
Feel the
that was
need, right? Feel the
right. Yeah,
need
so
that's
so
there.
so so that's when that started. And now when the exotic came on, same thing happened. You know, the people were throwing rocks at them. The American Bully people were those guys at one time. You know, so
Mhm.
don't forget you were that group of people one time.
Yep.
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So what I did is I went there and I took again a proactive stance. I went in there and started helping these guys out. And if you really look at as in the in time span and look at the little exotics now, some of those guys are pretty cool looking little dogs, man.
Yeah,
I'm
they
They've
telling
do.
you
come a
what, man.
long ways, man.
I
A
And
never
long
it's
I
ways.
never
Yep.
had a problem with the micro, only with what I was seeing. Never,
right,
never, just like I believe human beings have the right to live their life how they want to live it.
right.
Like we're all human. Who are you to tell me what I can and can't do, or what you?
100%. And
But
that's the
same thing
problem. The
with the
more you
dogs.
tell somebody they can't do something, the harder they're going to push back.
If
Hmm.
people
Right.
want it, if
That
people want it, if anybody says that the first time they seen a little micro that was in pretty good shape, and they were like, "Look at that dog! Like, it's cool, you know. It's a little bitty
Yeah.
bully, you know. Like it
Hmm.
looks like a little gargoyle sometimes, and they're
I,
neat. They're neat looking, you know.
I'll tell you what. I got a picture of a puppy that was so impressive to me. I don't know. I don't know if I can bring it up here. I don't know how to do that stuff in here, but and I have to look for it. But I'm gonna send you this picture of this little dog, right? And I'm telling you right now, when you see this dog, he's sitting next to a poinsettia, right? And this poinsettia is like twice his size. You know, little Christmas poinsettia, right?
Yeah.
And when you see this dog, I'm telling you right now, man, if your jaw doesn't drop, then you can appreciate some really cool looking little stuff, man. This dog is mind blowing, man, right?
Mm.
And but like I was saying, you said the whole thing with the micros, you know, they're not going to go away, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, well, that was just
So
it. It wasn't the breed that bothered me. It
Hmm.
wasn't what because that's what again. I lost my train of thought getting into that. It was funny, but you know that it's not. It's like Jamie Sweet with the Shorty Bulls or anything else. It started somewhere and grew
Yeah,
into
I was
what
just
people
about to
That's
wanted
say
it to
that.
be,
that's smart.
you know. And so it's like, you know, everybody's like, you shouldn't be, you know, same thing.
Yeah. Breed purity
a
can
big rope
sometimes be
fluffy
a
Frenchie.
crutch. Yeah.
you're
We
right.
got a
Sure.
big rope fluffy Frenchie, and I've heard the word abomination and all this other stuff, and it's like, dude, it's a beautiful dog, and he's cool, and he's healthy. He has no health issues. He's completely cleared, no allergies, no brachiocephalic, no. He doesn't even snore, and he's a healthy little dude,
See, see,
and he's a
this is the
dog, you know.
yeah,
So it's
this is
like,
the great thing, Mike. Let me tell you why, man. Because they're introducing some of these other breeds into there, right? And they're
mhm,
actually making them healthier. You just stated
Hmm.
it. The breathing, the movement, right? But
mhm.
here's the thing though, man. If you really watch the French Bulldog,
Mhm.
and let's be honest and real about it. When the whole exotic French Bulldog started taking off, right? I was like, oh my God, man, what are you guys doing, man? You guys are really foolbarbing this whole breed up, man. You know what I'm
Yeah. Oh,
saying?
Yeah.
yeah. For sure.
But if you look at it now, it's 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 funneling in, it's tapering in. All the craziness is coming in and it's coming to a fine point and they're perfecting the look, the breed. And so
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, I did the show, my last show in Texas, right?
Hmm.
And this gentleman there, I can't remember his name for the life of me. He dressed up Western, you know, older man. And man, he had a fluffy there. I want to take that damn dog home, man. A blue fluffy, man, and he was drop dead gorgeous. And like I says, I can remember in the very beginning. I'm not gonna lie, man. I give
Dude,
you an
I don't
example.
know if
I did a fluffy one time at a show, right? And I'm like, this fluffy belongs in the NBA fluffy French bulldog category. You know, this guy was big as a cattle dog, and I was like, man, I want to say, get this thing out of the ring. But I said, I'm not. I'm gonna teach the guy. I'm gonna mentor him, and I'm gonna tell him, that's a nice dog, dude. But you got to chop off about another 10 inches off those legs, man. You know what I'm saying? It was, I said, man, that's a French cattle bully, whatever the hell it was, man.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Papa
Yeah.
Pig, you know what though? When the Frenchies, the Frenchies been out a long time, but they didn't start getting popular, probably about like
Recently.
15, 20 years ago.
Hmm.
And it just seemed like they just evolved. You know what I'm saying? Every show that you go to now, you got more Frenchies than any other dog.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I want to say I was 23, 24 when I saw my
Many
my
years
first
ago.
French
Many
bulldog.
years ago.
So was it about 2 years ago? Come
Thank
on,
you.
Kayla, you gotta be nice.
Thank you.
Amanda,
Thank
pull up
you.
that.
I mean,
Well,
bless you.
20
Really.
Well, hey,
years
Mike.
ago.
Hey,
No,
Mike.
but
Don't
I'm
be careful how you say pull up without explaining yourself. All right.
Right.
But no, for real, though, it's like
I had to
hadn't
finish
seen
that
a
sentence.
French-
I shouldn't have stopped so quick.
But no, like
I
it
sent
didn't.
you something, Amanda.
They weren't. Yeah, they weren't very popular, or they were accessible, but only to the wealthy or
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
connoisseur. But
And
like,
not only that, Amanda, but they were a real super tight community.
yes.
Good
Yeah.
luck trying to buy one. I swear to God, they would.
Yeah.
I
Amanda,
mean, they
pull
would
up-
do a
pull up
brag.
that
They
picture I
literally
sent
would
you.
do a background check on you.
Oh yeah. They weren't just handing them out to anybody. So I just found it so crazy that the first one I ever saw in person, because I mean, I grew up watching dog shows and whatnot, but the first one I ever saw in person was on Venice Beach. And it was just one of those things where I remember being kind of wowed and starstruck, and now I see them everywhere.
Everywhere.
And
What are you doing in Venice
Yeah.
Beach, girl?
huh?
What are you doing in Venice Beach?
Just walking the strip and going
Did,
to
did you live there?
beach and
Easy how you say walking the strip, girl.
Making a
Just
few
looking for
bucks.
the
walking
Tell
the
me you're
strip.
walking on the sand, but don't tell me you're walking the strip, girl.
Okay, the sand. I was walking in the sand. We stopped because there was they were playing drums and dancing and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh,
You can think you guys are
guys,
barely
man.
getting it.
I
Hey,
love
Papa,
every
my
one of y'all,
gosh.
man.
But Amanda, did you live there? But my question is, did you live down there or just vacationing?
I was vacationing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then she went
Amanda,
back to
pull that
Kansas.
picture up. Pull that picture up that I sent you on Messenger, if you can. Put it on here. Ron, I want you to check this little dude out, man. He's an example, and me and my wife got so upset. We, heard him referred to as an abomination and stuff. And like, he's a little stud, man. Like, he's a bad dude. I don't care what anybody says, man. He's like, and anybody that loves him, they're like, oh man, he's special. He's this and that. But the same thing as the micros. It's like, they get so much flack, and I get it because, confirmation people, they want to see, breed type, and they want to see these dogs healthy and dogs that can move. This is my wife's dog, Bruce Wayne, right here. And
Oh, the name sounds familiar.
yeah, he's dude, look how buffed up he is. He's got good bone, big old head on him. Like, he's a pretty fluffy man.
I don't see him in my over here.
Oh, you don't see it? It's up on my
Because
No, I
screen.
don't
he's probably
see it.
looking at it on his phone. He probably can't
Oh,
see
Yes,
I'm
it's on
wondering.
my screen.
Yeah.
it. It's small on
Oh
his phone.
no, it should be no, because it's on the screen from the show, right?
Yeah, but it's still gonna be small on his phone though.
Oh,
Yeah.
smaller. Oh, smaller.
Yeah, I don't see them on my phone. That's why you're right.
Oh.
That's okay. We
Well,
can
I tell you what. Yeah, I was gonna say something. I got a couple little Frenchies here, right? And my little guy
Yeah.
Hero, man, I think he's the coolest dog on the planet, man, because he's another little tiny guy, and but man, he is thick, man. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
sees this guy. So, we've seen little Frenchie, but they're like little stick dogs, man. Where'd you get this guy at, man? He's a sausage, man. And he's not a
Yeah.
fat guy. He's not a fat guy, but I mean, he's just, I don't, he's around here someplace, but he is just the coolest
He's
guy
a
in the world. And he's
bulldog.
got a massive head, man. For being
Yeah.
so tiny, he's got a massive head, man, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think if people were to see him, they'd want to use this guy because, man, he is, man, I love him. And his
I like a
sister,
Frenchie with some bone and some head
oh,
on him.
dude, you got to
Mhm.
see this.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got, man, you guys, his sister has got like a rear like J-Lo, man. I mean, just like
So
monstrous.
So fun fact. So Vicky, my friends Vicky and Corey, they have a Frenchie named Mojo. And Mojo, I remember seeing this Frenchie for the first time. He is beefed up. In fact,
Yeah, he's
I mean, he is just shredded.
that's a good looking
He's
friendship.
broad.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Man, I'm missing out. I wish I could see him.
Oh no, it's okay. We can definitely send these to you. But yeah, so Mojo, I
Man.
just remember seeing him for the first time and thinking that I was like, it's the same as having pit bulls and then seeing a bully for the first time. That
Right.
broader
Exactly.
shoulder, that broader head, and just being like, dang, look how shredded that thing is, and being like, that's my type. You know what I mean? Or my preference. And so like with Mojo, I just remember looking at him and being like, dang, okay, now that's more along the lines of the Frenchie that I would kind of veer towards.
I,
Yeah.
I,
Knowing
got
that
a
he's
picture.
a little off standard, yeah.
I got a picture of Hero. He's it's actually Hiro. We would call him Hero. It's pronounced differently, but I got a picture of him. I'm standing like I swear to you, man, I'm like 20 feet from him, and he's standing next to my kennel, right? And you see this picture, you can say, man, that's Photoshop, man. But the guy looks this. Where's my fingers at? He looks that big, and next to the kennel. He's just, but he's a plug though, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like he looks tiny, man, but he just.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, the guy's like he looks like a mush ball, that small, you know what I'm saying? But he's cool as heck, man. You know what I'm
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
saying?
Some people seem to have an eye just to be like they got it in them. They want to be a hater about something, and then you got other people that are like you said, watching and seeing like where there's a need.
Mhm.
Like, hey, the dogs are here, man, and let's get this breed type figured out. Let's make these dogs healthy. And I've seen some micros that can really get down. They're dogs. They're not some statue on a table that you can, I've seen some you can put on a table
I'm
and
telling you,
walk
if you were to
away.
come to my house, you would laugh your asses off, man.
Oh yeah,
Because
Why is
we
that?
because we have the little doggy gates, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, in my house, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, what, 6 doggy gates, man, down the hall, and
Mhm.
in the kitchen is that because they're okay with each other, but if we don't keep an eye on them, they think they're
Yeah.
badasses. They want to fight. See, so
Well,
sometimes
yeah,
we leave.
complex.
We section them off so they don't go at each other. You know what I'm saying, because they're rambunctious little fat guys,
Mhm.
man. You know what I'm saying?
oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. I find that in contrast, like we know that Frenchies are like there's some of them are a little high strung and a little wound tight, but they're typically not the kind of dog that other dogs want to fight with. And I haven't figured that one out yet. Like every person I've ever spoken to that has Frenchies, and has bullies as well, they'll say that their bullies will not even try to mess with the French bulldogs, and yet the French bulldogs are like poking at him and chasing with him.
Uh-huh. They got
They
oh
little man
man,
never
syndrome,
square
and the
up.
other dogs are like,
yeah.
"You're so
It's
little.
like,
Like, I'm
are
not
you
messing
really
with
afraid
you."
of this little thing? Like, or is it
some
just
little
like,
dogs can be so dominant.
Oh, they are,
Uh-huh.
man. It's
They're
like
so
Hero's
it don't
sister.
matter if it's a Great Dane or whatever. It'll be laid on his back
oh,
peeing
they
on
run the
himself, and the
house?
little
Yeah.
Chihuahua just gunning him
Running the
down.
house. Yeah, Chihuahuas are
Yeah.
crazy.
It's like Hero's sister Chula,
Mhm.
and she's smaller than him, right? But she's like crazy thickness in the body, and she hates everybody. She's an equal opportunist,
She
man. She
doesn't
don't give a shit who
discriminate.
you are,
Equal
man.
opportunity.
You know what I'm saying?
Equal
And
opportunity.
if you
Anyone
get
can
near,
get
if
it.
you get near my wife, oh my God, man, like you're in trouble, man. You know what I'm saying? And she can't do much. She's only about 8 inches off the ground, man. What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of bite force could you really have?
Oh man!
Yeah.
But I want to go back real quick to what Mike was talking about, Jamie Sweet.
Mm.
You know, I was a big fan of hers before she even started coming out to the bully shows.
Mhm.
And what it was, I had a friend of mine named Tilo Bar, another great dog man. He's been since, you know, took a different road, but he was one of the first guys that got involved with American Bullies in the history of it. And a lot of people don't know who he is, but he was pretty involved, man. And he goes, Ron, you got to check these dogs out, man. I said, so, okay, let me see, right? And I had the old dial-up computers at that damn thing.
Oh,
All the
yes,
damn noise
everyone
just to
on the
get
phone.
online, man. Took you half an hour just to get the damn tube warmed up to see it. You know what I'm saying? And so I seen these guys. I'm like, holy shit, these guys are cool, man, right? And at that time, it was Jamie and Amy. I think at the time they were both partners in the very beginning, like that. And I was a fan from the get, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And ironically, I did not know, but Jamie had actually used one of my pit bulls when I first started in her program.
Oh, nice.
And the only reason she used that girl because she seen her at a weight pool competition, from my understanding of it, I can recall it right. And she loved the drive on the dog and everything. And she wanted drivey dogs,
I
right?
like that.
Yeah, and her name was Pixie. And Pixie, man, that was like she was like a tiny little real game looking dog, right?
Mhm.
But she was actually a UKC pit bull, and she came from really honest to God, true, great stock as far as show quality stock.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the people don't realize that even the pit bulls of the show world in the UKC, they were very gamey. They were really hot dogs, man. And
Mhm.
even with the Amstaffs, people don't realize the Amstaffs, they think, oh, they're just show dogs. No, no, the Amstaffs were brutal. There was a lady by
Oh,
the
a
name of
terrier. Yeah.
yeah, the terrier. What was her name? Betty Michael. She had beautiful Amstaffs, right? And one day I got to know the lady, and she super competitive, man, older woman, right? And she told me, she says, I used to fight my dogs, Ron. I says, get out of here, man. I can't believe this. He goes, hey, we fight them on Friday and show them on Saturday. I said, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
And she goes, we clean them up, man, and show them. I said, I couldn't believe it. And her dogs were like beautiful, man. But she said they were hot back in the day. She told me about a story
Yee.
one time. She had a separated fight, and she got bit up pretty good. And she had to go to the hospital, and she lied her teeth off because he wanted nobody to come take her dogs. But man, she said she got cut up pretty good. I'm saying,
Gosh.
but yeah, I just wanted to talk about Jamie. Jamie's an awesome person, man.
Mhm.
She is, and she's one of those that, like, if you want to try to define what it takes to be a breeder, and to create a breed, she put her lab coat on, man,
Yes,
and
she is.
really went to work.
Yep.
Really,
She
really,
is.
really went to work and had. She talks about seeing 5 generations
Yes, the long
in one
game. She's
viewpoint right in front of her. Yeah,
Dog.
yes, patient and
and
meticulous though.
and I'm glad we brought it up because it fits with what all we've been talking about.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's a process.
Yes.
It's cool from the beginning in some ways, but it's a process and it doesn't start where it ends up. And so, there's going to be places along the way and things where you'll color outside of the lines, and then at the same time, things don't work out like you plan. You pull other traits back in and push other ones out and backtrack. And this is before embark and all these things. If it's just everything's done the long way, it's like, let's put these dogs together and see what happens.
Yeah, and
And
knowing
and
and
Yeah,
knowing.
and the
but
other thing
look
is,
at
I
what it's
wish,
done now.
yeah,
You got
exactly.
dogs like
Don't
Blaze and like
right.
Right.
what's that dog
Yeah.
Joe's got? Don Juan or Diablo or
Yeah.
what is that? The dog he's got that's a bull, man. That little shorty bull he's got
Mhm.
is really special.
Not a lot of people know this, right? But I have a dog, a shorty bull,
Mhm.
directly from Jamie, and
Nice.
his name's Migosh, right?
Mhm.
And man, he is gorgeous, man. And nobody, I need to get the guy out, man. But he is
That's what I
drop
was saying.
dead
I don't remember
gorgeous.
seeing any pictures.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's my son's dog, man. But that guy is just absolutely stunning, man. And she says, Ron, I got a dog for you. I said, well, okay, Jamie, what do you want to do? Just fly out, pick him up. I said, are you serious? And she goes, yeah, I'm telling you, come get this
What time
damn
can you be
dog.
here?
Yeah, I mean, she literally says, "Ron, I'm gonna gift you this guy because I think you would love him, man." And she knows what I liked. You know what I'm saying? So we
Hmm.
flew out and we went there and got the dog, me and my wife and my son, and we spent a couple of days there and we came home. Nothing like going to the river, man.
Mm.
And the woman is just, I mean, she made my granddaughter a teddy bear, man. I mean, I'm
Wow.
talking about. Have you seen this teddy bear? It's amazing. What happened when we were in Oklahoma?
Mhm.
We went to this little antique store and they had beaver pelts. So
Oh.
I says, "Man, I seen this lady, Jamie. She made teddy bears out of old mink stoles, right? She would go to
Hmm.
their shops and buy the minks and make teddy bears." She goes, "Ron, really?" I says, "Yeah, I'll make you one." I said, "Don't be telling me that, Jamie." I said, "I'll make you one." So I bought like 3 pelts at that place right there and then. I said,
Yeah,
"Here, Jamie, make me a teddy bear." And sure enough, man,
she
I have to
did.
send you guys a
Wow.
picture of this. She made me a teddy bear. And that teddy bear
Amazing.
is awesome, man. It's beaver
She's
skin teddy bear, man. But it's like you won't believe it, man. It's the softest thing ever. It is the coolest teddy bear on the
That's
planet,
cool.
man.
what a
The
gift,
first
man.
time I met her in person, um, she's like, "Oh, I almost forgot. I got something for you and your wife." And I was like, "What?" And she goes digging around in this bag. You know, they're just at the Airbnb, and like
Yeah.
we just got sat down together and stuff. And she's just digging around in this bag, and she made my wife and I both a charcuterie board that was cut out like the shape of the head of a bully.
Oh, that's
Oh
Wow.
amazing.
wow.
Yeah, and she actually made the damn thing, and
Oh, that's awesome.
like sanded it, and it was all carved out.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Everything that
thank
she
you.
does, though, she does with intention and devotion. It's the one of those
Yeah.
things that's like it's a very unique quality that
And,
I love that.
and the other thing, she's got to be the coolest grandma ever, man.
She is, man.
Oh man, you see what she does with her grandkids? Oh my God, that's so much fun. Did you ever see
Yeah.
the ostriches that they did for Halloween one time?
No,
What?
Uh-uh.
no.
No.
Oh, you gotta laugh, man. You gotta ask her to show you that picture of the ostriches. They
Wow.
dressed up like ostriches. You would die laughing, man. Then
Oh, I'm
she
sure
just
I
she dressed
would.
up like the lady from uh 101 Dalmatians one Halloween.
Cruella?
Cruella
Cruella
Deville.
Oh,
Deville.
Yes, I
she.
swear to God, you'll die laughing, man. I mean, identical, man. Oh man. But we're getting
It's
off
crazy
subject
Dang.
because
here.
she's nothing
Uh
like that old hag. Like she's
oh no, yeah, she's a blast, man. But
kind,
is there
loving.
any questions out there? I mean, I don't know how many people on there. I can't see what the count is like, but are there any questions or anything?
So
We
far,
can talk
everyone has
more
just
dog
been
stuff.
talking about how much you've either personally inspired them with just
I hope
your
so, man. I really
interactions.
do. My legacy is that they will see some Papa Pitt taught me something, man.
Yeah,
That would be my legacy, man. Zane. But
absolutely.
I'm gonna pick a subject. Stud
You do.
dogs. Okay. A lot of people have stud dogs, right?
Mhm.
And I've been hearing stuff about people shipping semen out and it's getting there and it's not the quality I think it is,
Yeah.
or it's poor quality and it dies when it gets there. So for all you guys out there with stud dogs, man, it's very important that you treat these guys like athletes, man. You got to feed them right. You got to supplement them, and supplementing is very important with a stud dog, man. I think it is, my opinion. And and the other thing is exercise.
Yes.
Exercise those guys a little bit. I'm not saying to go out and run 10 miles a day. I'm saying let them run around the yard a little bit, actually get out of the kennel and so forth.
Yeah.
And because it's like an athlete,
Gotta let them go.
you got to let them get that muscle up, that testosterone up, and get them healthy and strong, and it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Um, and the other thing is sometimes you guys got to understand is although the money is good, be cautious of working your studs in extreme heat.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I've
That's a
seen way too
double-sided
many.
sword. Right.
Yeah.
And what happens, you stress them out really bad. And the other thing that these guys don't understand, with heat, the semen count drops substantially
Mhm.
because it's God has made such any body, whether it be human or animal, he made it so complicated that it can regulate, and when it does that regulation, it affects the semen. So on very hot days, the semen count's going to be real down. If you're trying to collect a dog, so it's important if you're going to collect them, get them in a cool spot for a couple of days, and then do your collection. But that's a double-edged sword for the fact of the matter is that you got to acclimate them back to the heat again. You may not think
Mm-hmm.
2 days is not going to do nothing, but it does. Their temperature and everything in the body regulates very quickly. And the other tip I can give you guys, a lot of guys don't understand, is they feed a lot of dry kibble. That's
Mm,
fine, but guess what, man?
supplements.
Semen is mostly water.
Hmm.
So what do you got to do? When I feed my stud dogs, they get
Water
at
in it.
least 2 cups of water in the kibble, man.
Mhm.
And so it's a key
Oops.
factor. Not only that, but most of your dogs, you don't see your dogs looking for water, even when it's extremely heat. They don't even realize that they're on borderline of dehydration.
Yeah, they don't
You
realize that
know,
they're thirsty sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? Because they're so caught up with what's going on and stuff like that. So on your stud dogs, you guys, again, I can't emphasize enough. Add water to that kibble. I mean, it's a big thing, man. The other thing is if you're one of those guys that does have been blessed that you use your stud dogs a lot, you still got to give them a break because it takes so many hours to regenerate,
Right.
the pool, the semen that's being drawn on the dog. So it's very important that you give you guys a break, especially if you're not treating them healthy, because it's going to take them longer to recuperate to build up that storage of semen again. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
the other thing is by not supplementing and giving water stuff, you're going to have weak semen. So when your semen arrives, you're going to lose a lot of it. The mobility and the
Mm-hmm.
vitality of it is going to drop substantially. I'll give you an example. Just recently, I just did a breeding with a soldier, probably
Hmm.
maybe a month ago. Beautiful girl, and the guy was, I told him to say, hey, we're gonna do the breeding. He goes, hey, Aaron, I'm sorry, man. I had already, because he had contacted me. I want to do the breeding, do the breeding. I said, okay, well,
Hmm.
I'm game. I like the girl. She's awesome, and so he says, well, I'm gonna use this dog run. I said, okay, cool. I'm okay with it, man. Well, we'll do it next time. He does this, orders the semen, comes in, takes the vet, it's all dead.
Oh.
Dog.
And he says, Ron, man, can you give me semen? He goes, collect it and ship today. Send it, right?
Hmm.
And hopefully it wasn't too late. Well, the veterinary doctor, when he gets his semen, he goes, oh my God, where did you get this? He goes, oh, it's this Ron's dog. He goes, man, this semen it was like a fresh pulled right in the office, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
So,
I've been blessed that I've had multiple veterinary doctors give me that compliment.
mhm.
You see, and I think that's why I'm sharing the whole subject about with the stud dogs is you guys, you guys deserve to get those studs out there, but make your reputation have greatness behind it because you put a lot of effort and money into your dogs. So go that little extra mile to take care of your stud dogs to get those guys potent and strong. So when
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
do ship, you don't have that. Then because people like to talk, man. They can say, "Oh man,
They will.
send me."
Yes.
He sent me garbage, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Bad news
And
travels much faster.
oh yeah, bad news go around the globe
Oh my
twice by the
gosh.
time good news gets out the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's very important you take care of your stud dogs. And the same thing applies to your bitches. They got to be taken care of, man. You want good, healthy puppies, man. You really got to take care of them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It's very important, man. I can't emphasize it enough. Because
Nutrition is huge.
oh, it is, man.
We've been all over this
Yeah.
right now because and for people and dogs and anything else, like it is the fuel that runs the machine. And what I'm learning in my research right now is like in my own life and with the dogs, so it applies to both. Um, if people have genetic dispositions, right, they may be dormant their whole life. You could live to be 100 years old, and these dispositions that you have genetically
Hmm.
never come into play.
Yeah. They never
And,
manifest.
and that could be from good health, from good nutrition, or you could have very poor nutrition and these dispositions that could have potentially stayed dormant have been activated. Just because you have, this is what I'm learning now, and that it's the same with the dogs.
Yeah,
Just
you got to
because
help.
you
You got
have
to help fight. You got to
dispositions,
help fight the bad.
that's
Hmm.
right. Just because you have these dispositions, they may never be a factor. If the right nutritional content is there.
Right.
And even though you're like, oh, everybody in my family has diabetes or whatever, I promise you this, man. I have a good friend of mine taking insulin shots every day. She's extremely overweight. Uh, Started eating right, lost all the weight. Really cleaned it up, really portion controlled. Started exercising a little bit, and now she doesn't take a shot anymore at all. And according to her numbers, she's no longer diabetic.
Hmm.
Well, how
Praise
is it
Nice.
God.
possible? How is it possible? It's because
She's healthier.
it's nutrition that leads to our well-rounded health. The dogs are very much the same. If they're getting the things that they need for they're carnivorous creatures. They're
Mhm.
opportunistic herbivores, but um, they're they're carnivorous, and so they need certain things and not too much of other things, and a balance there with the right hydration and things like that. It has a lot to do with a dog's mental health, and it has a lot to do with the way that they live, their quality of life. It's huge. Um, and I'm just really learning that you could have these things in under the hood, so to speak, and never present themselves because your dog has had the best health all along, and so it never came out. And that's our responsibility. They don't
Right.
take care of themselves; we take care of them, and so they can't do it for themselves. They can't balance their nutrition. So people need to take the time. You're taking the responsibility of this dog's life in your hands.
Hmm.
You need to take the time, care enough to do the research, find out what's best for your breed, best for your dogs, and make
Absolutely.
sure that you're getting as much of that to them as you can.
Hmm. And be willing to shift. And that's the other thing is, you can be real comfortable with the type of food, but if you realize that it's not really doing it for your dog, change it up a bit. Being willing to alter the way you feed them and
Hmm.
what you feed them, supplemental, like everything, like just shift it around,
A
and
balance.
be,
Balance.
fine, but be
Well,
willing to.
I got to show you the way I feed. I think I told you this before, but how many times you hear people say, hey man, if you're gonna switch your dog food, man, you better do it gradually. He's gonna get the runs and he's gonna do this and all that. If you don't change that dog diet slowly, if you new kibble you're gonna give him, right? Well, my dog, believe it or not, I don't do that, man, because you know why? They never eat the same thing. Because what I'll do is I have a. Don't get me wrong, I have a base. I
Mhm.
have a base food that I use, and then what I'll do is I'll add in food. I'll go, for example, I'll go to I don't know if you guys have what are they called? Grocery outlet. Okay, it's a little store that what they do is they take all the stuff from the other stores, that if a store goes broke or they do something, they take in all the stuff, right? Well, a lot of times you go in there and they got like high end food, man, for like half price. And I'm talking about some real expensive stuff. And I'll go out there and I'll buy the different things, whether it be I stay away from chicken, but I try to buy
Yes.
everything else. I'm saying, and I got my base, and my base is going to be Costco, and I'll use their lamb or their salmon, and I'll mix it. So they always get in a different mix all the time of these foods. And man, my guys got orange stomachs, man. It's hard poop. I don't give a damn what I give them. They
Hmm.
never get the runs and everything.
Yeah.
And I learned this, believe it or not, from a vet that I was watching on some kind of podcast. And he said, it was a woman. She says, we make these dogs weak by not switching up the food.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you think
You
it's the
gotta.
variety that
It's the
that
variety. It's the change up. Even if you don't do it the way I do it, if you change it every, monthly or something, you're gonna make that gut stronger. And that's why you get a lot of dogs when you feed them. Man, they're blowing out the back end like they're gonna stucco your house. You know, uh,
Yeah, seriously.
you
Yeah.
know, so.
Oh, like picture now.
So
Well, and the thing is,
Caleb
it's
on visual.
well, and
Oh
the thing
my
is,
gosh, that is
you change it up
hilarious.
frequently enough with different additives and things like that. You also make it so that if they go out and they ingest something they shouldn't, it's probably going to be a lot less messy because it
But like
it's
you
just
said, look
something.
at their poop. Every dog is going to be different,
Yes.
but the health of the dog is going to be shown with the digigestive system.
That's it,
The
man.
poop
I'm
is going
telling
to
you.
show so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
How,
we're those
like, if
weirdos
they're
out there
pooping
watching
too
your dog.
much, if they're runny, you want that hard turd once a day. That means they're
Mhm.
intaking a lot of the protein. They're,
Right.
keeping that on. But yeah, I mean, the poop shows so much. Like, as soon as we started
I,
getting dogs and looking at them, now I'm examining everyone's poop out there all the time.
And the other thing
Such
is,
weirdos.
the other thing I'll give you guys a little tidbit is like with treats, right? We go to, we buy the dog treats, whatever it may be, right? And, I hate to say this, man, treats are expensive as heck, man. You go to the pet store, you're going to pay a lot of money, right?
Mhm.
So what I've done, man, believe it or not, is I'll find like an Asian fish market or something like that, right?
Mm.
And I'll go in there, right? And they got little sardines.
Yep.
These are raw, fresh caught sardines or
Yeah.
little fish like that. They have different ones, right? And I'll buy you know a 2 pound bag for $7, man.
Jesus.
You go buy some freeze dried liver from the store, it's $30. I'm saying,
Yeah.
No, right.
Yeah.
and these guys just love it, man. They eat it right up, and it's the healthy thing you can give your dog. Some fish, and they just go through it like nothing, man.
Oh, they do.
And,
It
and it's a
smells.
and it's a great treat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the thing is like I remember like and you see it just with the community, like they'll show the bowl that they are preparing for their dog. And I mean, and there's some horrific shit like in your brain if you're not a dog person. There's some horrific shit. Like a chicken foot
Chicken
hanging out
feet.
there, like a whole
Uh-huh.
rabbit leg, and then freaking sardines, and you're just well, if you don't know what you're looking at. But
Yeah.
like for people that are in it, we're looking at it like, oh yes, hell yes,
Uh-huh.
oh hey, I never thought about that. So and looking at your dog's poop, I mean, again, we're a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah, we are, man. Or your
Hey,
kid
my,
goes to school. Or your kid goes to school and tells teacher, "Our bitch is in the heat,"
I know, right?
and he's in the third grade.
Yeah, or our male dog is
man.
losing his
Dad
mind.
said
Oh
our
my
bitch is in heat.
gosh. That is hilarious.
Or like we pulled our dog, they're like, what does that mean?
I could
It's
see
like,
my youngest daughter doing that. I could really see her
stop
doing that, going to school and saying that.
Mhm.
Oh
It's
my
possible.
gosh.
It could happen. It could be. It
No,
could
yeah,
be
oh,
tomorrow.
absolutely.
Yes.
I
You
mean,
never
that's the
know.
world that they've grown up in. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's definitely going to happen. It's just a matter of like
When
when.
my daddy puts the glove on, hey, it's good.
The
It's
dogs
grooming
get
time.
really happy all of a sudden. It's,
Ron, it must be true. I had a Great Pyrenees. I got some goats and chickens and things here, and I got the Great Pyrenees to protect the livestock, right?
That's awesome. Yeah,
And
great
he was
farm
a great,
dogs.
he was
Mhm.
great. They roam a little bit. They say if the Anadola mixed in there
Yeah,
keeps them from
yeah.
roaming so much.
Anatolian.
yeah,
Anatolia.
Anatolia, those are
Yeah.
actually very, very commonly bred together for high.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And anyway, he was a great dog. He wound up getting kicked. I think a horse kicked him, ruptured his
Ooh.
Oh
bladder, and
Oh God.
I think the horse was kind of asleep and he got too close. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't see it, but and they're so stoic. They're such strong dogs, and we never even knew anything was wrong with him except he was just acting a little different. But
Yeah.
no wincing, no pain, no nothing.
They're
And he
tough.
just, yeah, that was it. It was really sad, but he was such a cool dog and such a friendly little marshmallow man.
They are.
The thing about him is, he was the guy. He ate everything. He ate leftovers.
They're
We
garbage
fed him good
disposals.
stuff. He got all the
Mhm.
bells and whistles that the other dogs got, but he got the scraps too because he was outside.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're not worried about him getting diarrhea a little bit from eating a little, something that a little variety is, it's like if it gets a little soft, he's a little soft. He's all right. He's outside. We don't have nothing to hurt his belly, but
Right. You're not going
he
out
had the
anywhere.
freedom to do that because he's not in the house, right?
Yeah.
And so, but he was my guy. Never had diarrhea ever, he was the healthiest dog. No problems. He pooped regular. He was never dehydrated. He always had great energy, great attitude, and I think you're right. Now that I think about it, he had the most variety in diet out of all my dogs. And
I'm telling you, it makes a big difference, man. It really does. It just the only thing I say is be cautious with bones, man, because like I says,
Oh yeah. Never any
I've given my dog bones for years, right, and I've never had an issue. And Sure enough, it bit me on the ass, man. This guy ate a neck bone, not neck bone, a oxtail bone,
Hmm.
and stopped him up.
Damn.
Oh,
And I
Damn.
had to go get him in there and have it removed. You know what I'm saying, and again, I did this for years, and I thought, it's not gonna happen to me, and it
okay.
finally caught up, man. You know what I'm saying? So, be cautious. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as far as dog treats, never give rawhide. Bad
The
idea.
worst thing ever, yeah.
Yeah, it'll always stop. Like if your dog doesn't get stopped up with rawhide, you're really lucky. Very, very
Yeah.
lucky because
Yep.
it's
What's
actually
crazy is all the dog conversations that I have in my life, somehow this information eluded me. Okay. Like
Mm.
I never had heard that ever
Oh yeah, rawhide's a nightmare.
until, and I was just trying to be nice, and I bought a bunch of different stuff for the dogs and bought back of the row. They were on sale. They were like, no wonder they're on sale, right?
You're
So,
right. They're secretly
and so I bought this big pack and I brought it home. And my wife, as soon as I walked to the door, she's like, "What are you doing with that?" I said, "What do you mean? I guess And she said, "Baby, you can't give that to the dogs." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "You don't know."
I
I'm
can see her
like,
saying that to you.
"No, I don't know. What is it?" And she told
What,
me
whatever
all
do you
about it. I was like,
mean?
"Look at you go, girl."
Mhm.
But
It is, yeah, no, it's a real thing, and some people have
it is.
unfortunately found out the hard way. So I'm always really
Yeah.
really shocked when places still sell it.
They shouldn't. They really
But
shouldn't.
I had
Justin actually asked a really good question.
Okay.
That he said, what can be done to ensure the high nutrition of a picky eating dog? So he has this beautiful, beautiful Old English Bulldog, and Cat is really, really picky, and I mean very, very picky. It took him a while to kind of narrow down what kind of foods he will eat.
I just smoke a blunt with him. No, I'm teasing you. No,
Yeah,
no, no,
oh my god.
no,
He
I'm
gets
teasing you.
really hungry.
Was it good?
Shotgun him and then go. Everything's gonna be fine. Oh my god. Why am I so hungry all of a sudden? Yes, I want to eat this whole
Put him on the gas.
Yes.
But for a picky eater, I'm gonna tell you what you gotta do, man. Believe it or not, there's some good things you can do. One is supplement vitamin B,
Okay.
because vitamin B in in in, in supposedly increases the appetite. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to help increase appetite. The other thing you might want to try is, but everything is in moderation. You guys follow directions. You don't give too much. I heard that red sal is really good. It's a liquid, and they used to give it to horses all the time. So that, and you give them a little bit, and it's supposed to help increase the appetite. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you can, even give it injectable vitamin B. Because again, it kicks up the appetite. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. The other thing, believe it or not, is many times these dogs love the cheapest canned dog food you can see, man. They could be the worst shit ever, and
Yeah,
they'll
you open
love
that
it,
can,
right?
it's
You make a little broth and pour it over the kibble, and that might entice them to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and dress it up a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause
There's a food that I always go to when I have a dog that's really a picky eater, right? And it doesn't always work, but it doesn't let me down, man. It's I believe the company is Tripet, Tripet, and it's tripe. It's New Zealand tripe. It's either
yeah, tripe
it's
is almost a
it's in a can. It's usually, if you get the raw, it's even better. But
yeah,
you can get it in a can
smells worse.
and put they have it in lamb or they have it in beef or that,
Mhm.
and it stinks to high heaven, man.
It's
But
the worst. Oh,
yeah, it's the worst, man. But
ugh.
that's how
They-
dogs taste. They taste
Yeah.
through their nose.
yeah,
That's when they
Horrible
sniff everything.
smell.
So I'm telling you that green tripe in a can, man,
Uh-huh.
it's amazing, man.
awesome.
But the thing is, like I said, man, if you don't touch it with your hands, man, put
And
some
it's
gloves
because
on,
you're
something,
never gonna
man.
get it out. Yeah, it's in your
Yeah,
skin for like
Yeah.
weeks.
oh
It's the
man,
worst.
but the dogs just love it. And I used to be able to get there. There used to be a company still here, probably about 2 hours from me, and they make the fresh green tripe, and you could buy it in chubs, right? But oh my
Mm.
God, that stuff was so freaking stinky, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you
Oh, I
gotta feed it.
bet.
Like, it's the
And
worst.
they love it, man. They just go crazy over it. So, for that gentleman there, Justin, you know what I mean? Try a little green trap in his food, or even just like I said, some skippies. I mean, some really cheap stuff sometimes. Don't give him
Yeah.
a lot of it, just to get him in there and entice him and get it done, and do the vitamin B. I found a vitamin B tablet that I like. I don't know if you guys have a Trader Joe's out there, but
Ah,
they have a vitamin B, and this vitamin B was folic acid, and I give that to my pregnant bitches.
okay. Yeah.
And
Mm.
Yes. Folic acid's good.
what it is, it's a sublingual. It's a tiny little thing. It's the size of a BB, and but it's
Mhm.
a sublingual. And as soon as it hits their mouth, it dissolves and goes right into their system.
Mm.
It's for humans. You're supposed to put it in your
Yeah.
tongue, but I give it to my dogs. All my dogs get
Yeah.
that vitamin B, and it helps a lot. You know what I mean? Vitamin B is a real good vitamin to add. The other
Yes.
vitamin is really good to add in there is a good vitamin C,
Mhm.
and the vitamin C I would recommend is called Estra C, which is it's a little easier on the stomach.
Ah,
Really a great vitamin C, and vitamin C, believe it or not, helps with both male and female reproductive systems. So it's pretty good stuff, man.
Yeah, Ron, you know what? You was talking about that red cell, man. I used to use that years ago. That red cells is so potent when you can smell the vitamins
Oh
actually
yeah,
within
it's
that
a
red
tonic,
cell.
boy. It's a
Yeah, and
hard
man, it's
tonic.
my dogs stop. I mean, they'll eat it for a while, but man, seem like they get tired of it. They won't touch their food.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I guess, it's just you do it in moderation, and the other thing is you're just trying to establish uh, a drive to eat again. And believe it or not, man, don't feed him for a day. A lot of times, if you don't
Yeah.
feed a dog for a day, he'll get hungry again, and he'll say, "Man,
that's
Uh huh.
I'm
absolutely.
gonna
We
eat."
we fast
Even
them
2 days, you're
once.
not gonna hurt
Oh,
him, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the only thing is, if you hold food back for like a couple of days, you better bring it back gradually. Don't give them a big old bowl, and you're going to
Yeah.
get
Upset the
twisted
stomach.
gut, and you're going to get
Right,
bloated, and you're in trouble. So what you
right.
do
Hmm.
when you bring them back onto food again, because I had a dog that got very sick on us, right?
Mhm.
So I did a lot of research on fasting. So
Mhm.
I fasted the dog for 3 days, right? And believe it or not, it reset him. And what
Mhm.
we did is when we brought them back online for food, we fed them throughout the day slowly, like the size of a little
Small
hardball
meals.
baseball,
Yeah.
small
Yep.
meals all day until we got them going right. And then the next day, same thing again, small meals, because we didn't want to get bloat or twisted stomach.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very important, you guys, when you have a dog that needs you give them food, they can literally twist their stomach, and you have a real problem, man.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's a life and death
Yes, you do.
situation.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. And on
but the
top
red
of
cell is
it,
it's some really strong stuff, man. But it's
yeah,
a lot of the old game dog guys used to use red cell.
yep. That's
yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Red
Hey,
I seen
Papa
Cell.
that. I
Pit.
seen that
Yeah, red
smile, Unc.
cell.
Yeah.
I have Red Cell we give to livestock, but it's a liquid form. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's a whip.
It's
That's the
liquid.
one.
It's
That's the
liquid.
Yeah.
one. It's got the
Yeah.
horseshoe on it.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, it's like an orangish yellow horseshoe on it, I think.
Mhm.
Yes.
yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Big
Yeah. Hey,
maroon
do
bottle.
you
We got a
fast your
big,
dogs now? Do you fast them once a week
we do.
currently?
I don't
I,
fast them once a week, but I fax them at least 24 hours, at least twice a month.
you know, I hear there's a lot of good things when you fast them for a day. I've heard nothing but good things. But my wife will
Yeah.
beat my ass if I don't feed my dogs every day.
Uh huh. Yeah.
In the interest of
I've heard good things
self-preservation,
about it
you're like, I'll
too.
I'll feed them every day. Damn.
Because like you said, it does. It's it's supposed to reset the digestive system. But like the
Even
way I
for
look at it,
humans,
I'm gonna eat every day. So
yeah,
I have a hard
but
time
even in
fasting mine.
humans, you're supposed to fast. It's even biblical,
Uh-huh.
and they say it has really great results from fasting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
For
do agree
longevity
with
and
doing
stuff.
it with the dogs if you're going to do it. That's kind of a cool
Yeah.
thing. I
Hey, I
know
like
Adam
that.
Fields.
If they're not
Adam
gonna eat,
Fields
I'm not
does
gonna
that.
eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know Adam Fields
I
has
don't know
talked
about
about
that.
doing that where if he fasts his dogs, he doesn't eat.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, it does good with my dogs. It makes them like their food, and it kind of. But I do give them a little snack. I like to use cottage cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Yeah.
It's got a
Yeah.
great protein and it's very slow burning. Given
Kefir's really good.
Hmm.
keepers
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
but a good sardine, and a fat heap and scoop of cottage cheese. Yeah, I'm on a
Oh, that
fast.
sounds
I'll
delicious.
Well, you
give
see
them something like that.
that's what I was telling you about going to the Asian market with the fish market, right?
Yeah.
I get the sardines that are about 8 inches long, the nice little things, and the dogs just
Nice.
love them, man. And it's
Uh-huh.
great for them. It's very healthy. I'm saying,
Yeah,
um,
Yeah.
you might be able to
sardines are
find it in the
great.
frozen section. You know, but I mean, they love it, man.
Yeah.
It's
So the omegas in there are just
yes.
Yeah.
through the
Sardines
roof.
are awesome.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you need some omega-3s for dogs for sure. Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, I got an issue out there. Maybe somebody can inbox me on it. But I got a dog, man, that has got conjunctivitis,
Oof.
boogers in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I can't shake that, man. I've gone to the vet. I've done all the damn, creams, and I'm every day I get up in the morning and evening, and I,
Yeah.
rinse the eye out, and I put all these medications, and man, it's like the one day it looks good, the next day it's back again, And I mean, this has gone on for a while, and I just can't beat this thing, man. And and there's not much I don't can't handle, man. I'm telling you, I got a whole fridge at half of its medication for dogs. You know what I'm saying? And
And it's just eye boogers. Are there any other allergy type symptoms
well,
like
something. I thought about allergies, and I thought about a
honey?
what is it, corneal tear, or something with the eye, and I don't find
Yeah.
nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's possibly be allergies, but what's ironic is that it just came on late in life, and
Well,
but
their hormones fluctuate periodically through life, just like human beings do. So
right, and
that's why sometimes dogs will basically just stop acting a certain way or eating specific things that they used to like. They're very, very similar to us, or their coat will kind of almost change texture. Like it's, yeah,
no, no, this brings me back to what Mike said earlier. We have these preconditions in our body that
mhm.
come out all of a sudden. Well, I know that in adult humans that they've never had allergies in life, and all of a sudden overnight they got allergies. Because
Yeah,
your
Yeah.
body,
allergies and they're allergic to
something triggers
penicillin.
it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
and so there's a very good possibility. I'm saying. The funny thing, like for myself, this is a good one, you guys. I'm allergic to dogs.
Hey,
And elm trees, and my whole yard and back is like
oh,
four big giant elm trees and
And
14
and
dogs.
dogs. Yeah.
you're a glutton for punishment.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man. You want to
Mm.
talk about eye boogers? No, I'm just teasing.
I know, right? It's like, oh my god, my face. Well, have you tried local honey in their food yet?
No, I should do that. Just get some local honey and give that a try then.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Just drizzle it on their food, or
One of our
because it helps with allergies.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Yeah,
that then.
we have honeybees here, and like we have our own hives here,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we're
Local
big
honey.
fans of honey.
Yes,
It's a big deal.
yes.
Yeah.
Local
One of
honey.
our guests said breast milk works for
Mhm.
human pink eye. She didn't know about dogs. I wonder if.
For human pink eye,
Mhm.
I think I got pink eye.
Yeah, yeah.
Caleb, don't get me in trouble, man.
He's
Oh,
got pink
baby, I
eye.
got
He
pink
needs
eye
some.
tonight.
We gotta give him
Only
some
if it's
breast milk.
fresh squeezed.
Fresh out of the tap.
Oh my God, Amanda, close your
Oh,
ears, girl.
oh my gosh. But no, there's so many nutrients that come from a human to give to a human, though. Seriously, like with the,
Well, you know what?
colostrum,
I'll tell you. Yeah, cholesterol's
plasma.
really good. Yeah. Well, I was gonna
Yeah.
say
It is.
that I've used plasma on a dog's eye before, right? This
Yes.
dog
I've
had
heard about
literally.
that. Eye
Listen,
drops.
this dog had literally had a hole in her eye, like a little pinhole, right? And I started applying plasma, and that thing went away with zero scarring and no clouding in the eye. I was like blown
Right.
away, man.
Wow.
Yeah, and that plasma is really good. I would like to
Yeah.
find a source where I could buy. I would love to find a source where I could buy freeze dried plasma, because they're saying that you add that into your dog food, and it's supposed to be like fix allergies, all kinds of stuff.
Interesting.
And
Yeah.
I found porcupine plasma, because it just
Mhm.
had to be plasma. But the only place I found it was in Europe, and I asked if they shipped to America. They didn't answer me, man, because I'd buy a box of
I'm
that
sure
stuff,
the FDA
man.
is like, no.
So I
Yeah.
got something interesting to bring up here. I don't know if any of y'all have seen this, but so I came across this video. I always like dog videos and stuff on TikTok and different things I see.
The
And I came
vortex.
across this video of this couple. This guy's doing this experiment, I guess you could call it, and they had some luck themselves with a certain peptide that a lot of people are
Oh
talking.
man, I was gonna mention this stuff. I'm ready to hear this, man.
BPC 157.
Yes.
And
I know what that is.
it's one of the healing peptides and stuff. Most
The other one
everybody knows
the other
about.
one's supposed to be pretty good is CJC 1295.
So I can tell you about both of those firsthand, but what I can also tell you is these people had had this dog. It was a Frenchie, and it was a little brindle Frenchie, and she was pretty old, and her back hips are just trash. They're gone.
Yeah.
And she walking like this in the back, can't even use her legs. And they said, hey, we're going to do this 80, I think it was an 80-day challenge to see what the effects of the BPC would do to the Frenchie. And so they've given her, a micro dose injection into her hip area. And they've been like, we haven't got to 80 days yet. This is happening in real time right now on TikTok.
Oh wow.
But I've been following it, and they're 20 days in or whatever it is to this, and there's already starting to be some mild changes.
Significant.
Because it's anti-inflammatory. It helps with mobility. So I mean, it's
So without
does it
getting
work
into
every
peptides,
time? No, but can it work? Absolutely.
yeah, it depends on what it is. I'm very interested in peptides and have a lot to say about them when it comes to people. I'm taking some myself that
I took them.
I'm
BCP 157.
Yeah, I have too. Yeah, but I've taken. I'm on a regimen of a few different ones right now, and really it's helped my life quite a bit. But I've thought it was interesting that somebody was using one for the dogs.
Yeah.
And
Well,
have it.
I've already started using a couple of dogs.
Oh yeah.
and this old dog too.
Yeah, well, tell us about that, Ron.
This old dog. He's talking about him.
Yeah, tell us about the other dogs that you did too, or either one.
Well, I have a dog here that he was looking like he was a little lame and stuff, and we started putting him on the I what was it? I'm not sure if it was the CJC 120 1295 or the Wolverine stack.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
I think that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't remember if that's
Well,
BBC or.
I have a they call it a stack when you combine certain ones, then
The TB5, yeah.
right. So I have an ideal for a stack, but I don't know if I could. I would like to find a manufacturer because I think I got something for the dog world, and I was gonna mention it earlier, but I didn't. But I think it's going to be something that's going to be very special. You know what I'm saying? And for myself, I've on. I'll share. I'm on NAD Plus.
Yeah,
And I really like the results of the NAD Plus.
I've been taking it for 5 months consecutively.
It's amazing stuff, man. I'm telling
It
you,
is,
man.
and I also recently went from subcutaneous to intermuscular with it.
Actually,
Oh, really?
I'm
I
actually
I think I like.
Are you getting better?
TB500.
Is it better results with the intermuscular? Or
So my doctor, my neurologist told me, that I told her I was taking NAD plus. I was disclosing all the medication I'm taking, and I told her, and she said, "Great, it's been proven to heal the brain and do wonderful things.
it's amazing, man.
If you're taking
I'll-
it, don't
I'll-
stop,
I'll
and if anything, up the dose." So
Right.
I went from subcutaneous for like 5 months. I was doing it, had great results. And then I started doing it intermuscularly at a higher dose. And I'm going to tell you what, man, there's not a lot of data on it, intermuscular, outside of the bodybuilding world.
Right.
But there is some there. And so I got to digging around and talking to some people I know and stuff. And anyway, decided to go ahead and go that route. And it's night and day. I'll never do it subcutaneous again. Instead of doing it every day subcutaneous, I do it 4 times a week intermuscular.
You know, I'm a sissy though, man. I don't, man. You know, anything bigger than
stick
that little
yourself.
diabetic syringe, that scares the hell out of me, man.
I understand that. I do understand that, but it's very, very
What
good.
what gauge are you using? What gauge needle are you using?
The one I do intermuscular is like a 25.
Oh, it's a small needle, and
It's a 1 inch. It's a 1 inch.
yeah, it's 1 inch, but I'm saying the thickness of the needle is pretty small.
Yeah.
Probably
25.
25.
25 's
25
not
is
too
what you
big.
need.
Yeah.
25 is what you need. Angie was
Yeah.
asking, where can you get it from? But you can get peptides from anywhere. Some sites are
I have a pretty decent source. I'm saying,
yeah, you got to have a
um,
decent source because everybody
yeah,
trying to sell
The
yeah,
gray
every
market.
time, yeah, and you some of the gentleman that I use is, believe it or not, is he's a he was in the medical field. Anybody I deal with in this stuff is medical, and I'll be honest with you, man. I've been doing it too for a while, because I have a hip that had replaced, and it was like killing me, man. And they said they had to go back in there and repair it because, lo and behold, about a year after my hip replacement, I lock up and I go back to the doctor, and he's no longer at that group.
Oh,
And the new doctor looks at it and goes, "Oh, they put it in wrong." I said,
Oh
what?
my
Of course they
God.
did.
So with that being said, it's, the only way you can get that pain out is we have to take it all the way out, which is terrible because you have to chip it out of you, and or detach the muscle so it's loose right there. And with that's defeating the purpose of the whole hip thing. If I can, make my hip weak, so I started doing the some of these peptides, and man, I could not believe the
Wow.
results.
Mhm.
And there's more. I mean, there's Retta's another great peptide. There's a lot of them. I'm saying there's a whole bunch of
That'll
them,
help
man.
you lose weight.
Yeah, the Retta. They have
Yeah.
C-Max, which is cognicity. They have some that actually help you with Alzheimer's and stuff like that. I mean, they got one. They got one if you want a suntan. And I'm not
Yeah.
making this shit
So
up, man.
is. So is.
I swear. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
look. Hey, Papa Pit, they got a new Retta out now. It's called Retta X. It's got an appetite suppressant in it. But Retta, it works off 3 hormones. So they probably gonna FDA approve it this year or even next year.
Yeah, Eli Lilly's already on it.
Huh?
Eli Lilly is one of the biggest manufacturers, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's redundant. They've already researched it, man, but they got to make it
yeah.
look good.
They
You know what I'm saying?
have.
And
Yeah,
the bad thing about it is when they get hold of it, man, it's going to go through the roof, man.
it sure is. Hey,
So
another
you better
good one
stock up
too.
now.
Another good one too is TB 500. You tried that one yet?
Yeah, that's believe it or not, I do. The other one I do, believe it or not, I started first doing was Glow. Then I went into Clo, and
Yeah.
those have the two healing peptides plus 3 of the beauty. Can't you tell?
No.
But well,
Because I think
So,
you
so I
mentioned
did.
Wolverine stack, and that one I think is the BPC and the TB 500. So
well, yeah. Well,
actually,
basically, the Clo and the Glow are
Mhm.
the Wolverine stack with the
But they
added
have
of
some
the
anti-aging ones in
right,
there.
the anti-aging in the skin, right?
Yeah.
Glow has one anti-aging and Glow has 2. So I've done them both. Glow's pretty good, but I found it's pretty popular. But when you get to researching it, I found that those peptides that are in that blend work better individually than they do in the blend because they have
That's what I heard too.
Stronger. Yeah.
different doses and different half-lives
That's
and things
right.
like that.
That's
But
right.
I do the GHKCU is the one that makes the Clo blue, and
Yeah, the copper.
I do it by itself. Yeah, I do that every day by itself. I
Yeah.
do it at night. Some of the healing peptides I do at night. But
Rich at rest.
I have quite a regimen. I do glutathione twice a week. I do, and that goes intermuscular. I do NAD 4 times a week intermuscular. I do.
See, I'm only
BPC.
doing NAD twice a week, and I just recently said that they told me no, Arn, you got to up the days on it.
Yeah, you do. And then I do 200 milligrams a week.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then which is pretty high dose, but
Mhm.
my
Yeah, it is.
situation
Yeah, that
situation
is.
is different. My situation is different. and then I do so I do BPC 157 twice a day. It has a shorter half life,
Yep.
Mm.
so it needs to be more than every 24 hours. So I
Yeah.
do it in the morning and in the evening. So I had the glutathione, the GHKCU every night, uh, I did a couple cycles of the Samorlin, which I think the Tesamorlin, in my opinion, is a little better. The difference in the two, they're in the same family, Samorlin and Tesamorlin, but Tesamorlin's a little more expensive, and a bottle only lasts for 5 days. So, and you need a 30-day
Yeah.
regimen to really get some benefits. So you're
Some of
talking
that
about
stuff
buying
steep.
Yeah.
6 bottles to do a cycle, and
Yeah. It's
it's
steep.
$100 something a bottle or whatever you're getting it for, and so
Yeah, it's
it's
pricey.
pretty high, but it's amazing when it comes to visceral fat around your organs,
Yes, that's what I heard. Yeah,
and fat, that not pinchable belly fat, but the fat below that.
it's
Yeah.
supposed to remove it from your liver and your kidneys.
Mhm.
Yeah, which
Hey,
is a big deal.
I get mine from Aslam. It's a website called Aslam. They really solid and they got really good peptides too.
Yeah, I'm interested in dogs when it comes to this, and which ones apply to them. Man, just imagine if I'm so curious how this thing turns out with
Well,
this Frenchie.
you're gonna laugh, Michael, because I just got the guy send me a site that had information on all that stuff.
I
Mhm.
like to look at some of that
Yeah.
because
You just
I just want
inbox
to
me
know.
and I'll get it to you.
Yeah, if
Nice.
if this helps this dog, and it looks like it is to me so far. They show, it's before and after. We're on the journey
Mhm.
with this little Frenchie. I'll have to send you something on that too, Ron.
Oh, I
But
love that.
yeah,
You know,
he's like
all this
20,
stuff,
30 days in.
all this stuff was tested on animals to begin with.
Yep,
A
it
lot of it's
was.
from animals.
Yep.
Right?
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
Hmm.
know,
Oh,
Yep.
for sure. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it all goes back to like the it's the small things that can make the biggest differences. And so when it comes to these dogs, knowing how to feed them, what supplements you need to add, and it changes in accordance to every single dog. Some dogs require more or less of any specific thing, and same with breeds, different breeds. You'll need different supplements for different breeds. So it's a whole thing, but you got to do your research. You definitely got to
but
do your
I'm
research.
telling you
And
right
look,
now, man. When this thing hits, it's gonna sweep the dog world. It's
Yeah,
gonna
and
be big.
the peptides. Yeah.
Yeah, this
and
is the
guys,
one that's helping that Frenchie, man. If it
Mhm.
takes that hip dysplasia away,
hey,
that
but
Well,
look, so
this.
so it's a couple people. I'm gonna say this before I forget
Yeah.
about it. It's a couple people asking about peptides. But when you order peptides, it's gonna say not for human consumption. Don't worry about that. They only did that because it's not FDA approved yet.
For
and they get
So
in trouble.
yeah, they get in trouble because they can't
they have
sell
to
it.
get
So it's
the
gonna say
general
not for human
disclaimer.
consumption.
Yeah.
So I mean, just want to let them guys know because I
Yeah,
know they
yeah.
listen to
Well,
the
what it says, it
Trust
says for
me.
research use only.
Yeah,
yeah.
and when you talk about it like we're doing now, you have to be careful. But they'll bop you for it. So
Mhm.
you have to say it's for research purposes, and that's what it is.
Research
It's
purpose. That's
research
It
right.
is.
purposes.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
researching
it's
But
against it.
research.
I'll give you a little backstory on some of this stuff. Believe it or not, some of these peptides were formed because they're so short life. And what I mean by short life, you guys, you that are listeners in here, is it doesn't stay in your body very long. It's a fleeting moment, believe it or not.
Yeah,
A lot of these peptides are only in your body for an hour if you're lucky. But
Right.
what they're doing is they're triggering your pituitary gland in your brain,
Signaling.
right? To produce these things that it's slowing down at. So with that being said, um, there are some that'll blow your mind that with what they're doing, and again, like you were talking about this little Frenchie, right? Um, I think the potential for the dog world is enormous, man, because of the results they're getting. And the backstory I was going to talk to you about earlier is when they developed some of these peptides. Matter of fact, a lot of the peptides were not developed here; they weren't even developed in China. A lot of them were
yeah.
developed in Russia.
In Russia.
And
Mhm.
and here's the story to that. Russia developed a lot of these strength and these endurance because there's peptides that'll give you like it'll make your endurance jump 70%. So think about that. If you run a mile and all of a sudden you can run a mile and 3/4 because you took an
Yeah.
injection. That's insane. So what has happened is that Russia was trying to cheat in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
were taking peptides, and the peptides, by the time they got done with the race, went to take the piss test, it was gone. You
Yeah.
know, so that's how a lot of these peptides got started. You're saying, and they actually have great benefits, man. But like everything, you have to proceed with caution. You're saying, until you know your body, and if you get a doctor that's on board, it's even better yet. There's a doctor here named Dr. Baptista. He's on Instagram, I think it is, and man, he talks about peptides and he gives you points. I mean, a legitimate doctor. He's down the road from me. And there's a lot of doctors coming on board, and because they're seeing the results, and I give those doctors credit because a lot of doctors don't want to do this because it's taking money away from them.
Yeah.
If you get
Oh, yeah.
if you
Money's the
get
best
well,
cure.
but the doctors that are stepping up and talking about this, I give them a lot of credit, man.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I mean that's. I listened to a great podcast the other day about just doctor. He obviously very careful with what he says, but
They gotta be.
talking about the benefits, and he said he actually had a severed Achilles tendon, and he
Serious
had to have
injury.
a serious
Oh,
injury, and he had to have surgery to reattach it, and the recovery is like 12 months.
yeah, it's
Right?
bad.
It's a really long,
He
terrible
probably did
recovery.
it in 6 months with a.
Did it in 6 months,
Yep.
and he said I
Well,
can't share with
even the
you my
peptides will tell you
dosage.
they speed recovery by 60%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said I can't share with you my dosage. It'd be unethical for me to share my dose, but I will tell you that I took a high dose.
Yeah.
But it took my recovery down to 6 months. And I heard nothing about something about a football player that had a detached bicep procedure, reattached the bicep, and same thing. What should have took 6 months took 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
was going to say
it's
there was a peptide that I was reading about it, and this to me is big because there's a lot of diabetics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have a peptide that will literally help you combat foot ulcers, which leads to amputation.
Mm.
So to me,
like
that was
neuropathy.
yes.
Neuropathy.
Not I don't know if it was a neuropathy more than of preventing the ulcers from being overwhelming that the antibiotics can't take care of it. And I can't remember. I'll have to send you this little thing. I got a little guide here that shows all the different peptides, and you read through it and it tells you what they do, what they don't do. Which ones that you could take together, which ones you shouldn't take together.
Right.
But that's the other thing. You have to be cautious how you use them.
You're talking about the Petpedia?
It might be that one. No, no. Isn't that a app?
And
Yeah.
Petpedia, yeah,
Well, it's a
Petpedia.
link.
Yeah.
Petpedia is a link.
Is it got like a blue background?
Yeah, dark blue. Yeah, you
Yeah,
sent
that's
me
the
that.
one.
It's a good place to look up like what people are saying and what the doctors are saying and kind of what the consensus is about a certain peptide.
That might be the one. I'm not sure.
It's a pretty good resource to educate yourself about what a peptide does, what it's for, what its intentions are, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed it. I think it's the future.
No, it is
Uh,
guaranteed.
I think
I'm
it's the
telling you,
future of
once it
medicine.
gets in the hands of the dog world, I think it's gonna explode, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and health is a massive issue that has really come to the forefront quite recently. So I'd be interested to see how that ultimately results in dogs living longer, living healthier lives and whatnot. While that genetics play a massive part in that, there's certain aspects that can always help it along.
I was watching some stuff on that topic yesterday, and I'm going to tell you what, y'all. It's been a sci-fi topic for our lifetime, but it is not this out of reach thing that they're just throwing ideas at. This is not some concept that we're starting to dream about and thinking we can see through a telescope. This is here.
Yeah,
They're learning how to manipulate the structure of DNA and different things, and they are figuring out about these telomeres, and Um, I would say I'm 45. In if I live a normal life span of Caucasian male, then it'll happen in my lifetime. They'll be able to extend human life considerably, but you better believe the dogs will come first because it's a little easier to get approved and something they can understand the DNA of a dog better, easier. So I think it'll come. I think people will be extending the life of their dogs.
Yeah.
I do.
I have a friend of mine that I introduced this, right? And he started taking Retta, the Rituatek. And I swear to God, man, you can notice a difference in this guy. I was like blown away, man. I said, man, oh, I mean, his skin tightened up, his face, his body. I mean, I was like, he says, Ron, man, he goes, I used to be really fit as a young man. I says, oh, I could tell you. Right? He goes, within a month, I went from doing 20 push-ups to 200.
Jesus.
And I'm not making this up. And I go, holy cow, man. And I feel great. He says, man, he goes, I'm just blown away by this stuff, man. Like I said, there's you just got to proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do your research. It's like anything else.
Oh, for sure.
If you're interested, look into it. Do your research. And if you feel like somebody that's a safe place to discuss something like that, and maybe inquire about it. But I'm excited of what modern medicine is becoming, and it's much like the news. People have kind of taken. This is the way of the world in our time.
Mhm.
Things are being taken into the hands of the people. Like, people don't believe what they see on TV as much as they do on YouTube, because of just propaganda on all fronts. It's not specific to anything. It's
Yeah,
everywhere.
you don't know who to believe anymore.
No, people don't go to the news to hear the truth. They just kind of want to see what's going on. And I'm not saying that there is no truth there, but I'm just saying, that's not the source of truthful journalism anymore.
No, you're right. It has
In the
changed.
same way, the doctors, if you need a heart transplant, you're going to go to a surgeon. But there's a lot of just general health that people are learning to take in their own hands. They're getting more holistic with it. They're learning about the stuff. And it's the same with the dogs, man. People are learning what it takes to keep these dogs healthy. It's really cool. I'm glad that people are headed down this road.
Oh, for sure. I'm trying to see if there's any questions or anything like that, but no, I mean, everyone's just sort of, talking about their dogs' diets and things that they've added or not added, and then people got a really, really good laugh at your freshly squeezed comment. But does anybody have any questions or anything like that?
Yeah, please.
No, anybody? Man, no, I've really enjoyed having you on. It's always fun to have you on. And one thing that I do notice is that you talk about something different every time.
I try to keep it fresh.
Touch points that we always manage to talk about judging and different aspects of that, and how you feel about certain either breeds or where things are heading or whatever the case may be. But outside of that one type of subject, we always talk about something different every time, and I love that.
Absolutely.
That's always fun. So
No, I really appreciate you guys. Like I said, there's a lot of podcasts, and this one is very pleasant. It flows. There's always good information. I watch your guys' podcast many times, and I come in here sometimes and I see things, and I don't want to disrupt because somebody will see them say, "Hey, Ron," whether it be a guest or somebody. I'm saying. Because I'm very blessed that I have the people that recognize me, but for all you guys out there, man, it's not a hard task to do. It's being transparent, being forthright and honest when you talk to people. They don't want to hear fluff, man. They want to hear truth, and they want sincere truth. And that's part of judging. Even when you're judging, if you give a guy generic answer, trust me, he's gonna know it's a generic answer. Your dog's fat or this, that, and give him a reason why. Be truthful. I mean, I'm saying. And again, delivering the message is very key. Don't do it sarcastically. Don't do it in a tone that is not going to be comfortable. there's nothing wrong with pulling somebody aside and whispering to them or talking in a low
Yeah.
tone and explaining to them. And some people are not going to like it, but that comes with the territory, and those people you just, let them believe what they want to believe and you keep moving,
Hmm.
they'll catch up, you know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
again, I appreciate you guys so much. I love the community. I love the dogs. I may be getting old and retire someday, but I will always have a dog, and I will always have an open ear. Uh, so that will never change about me. You know what I'm saying? So if you people ever reach out to me, and I've had people reach out before, don't ever think because I look like an old grumpy old guy. I'm not that guy, man.
You're our
I'm
curmudgeon,
always,
Yeah,
I'm always willing to help, man. 100%, man.
always.
I
Yeah.
love that. No,
Yeah.
that's what
We
makes you
appreciate it,
you.
Drew.
Oh yeah.
We're blessed to have you on the show again.
Hmm.
We
And
we, we got to do it. We got to do it one of these, but all on the same table.
uh-huh.
Yes,
And we got to find
Oh yeah,
a
yeah, like an
location,
actual round table. Yeah.
actual sit down.
yes.
I mean,
A
you
fire, some
know,
beer, some
oh yeah, I got the
yes,
fire ready to go. You guys, they got the
He's
big
yeah,
invited
yard.
us already before.
I'm
yeah.
telling you, man, we'll make it happen. I may live out in the sticks, but we'll have a great time, man.
Mhm.
But I again, like I said, I really appreciate you guys, and you guys are an asset and very valuable to community. So you guys out there that are on here, I don't know how many people are, I can't see the numbers, but keep supporting these guys. Share, let other people know that this is something that's beneficial. So there'll be times where we may get off course or maybe get a little boring, but the thing is, there's always good content.
Yeah.
Because it's not always going to be fireworks and hot dogs, man.
Hmm.
Sometimes you're going to talk about stuff that's not so pleasant,
Yeah,
but that's the learning. That's the whole thing of learning. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys.
Well,
We
we
appreciate
appreciate
you.
you, brother.
absolutely,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you for
absolutely.
the kind words too.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
definitely, and never stop being who you are, because again, you've been a blessing, tonight, but in a general sense, every single day to everybody that meets you. So I'm really thankful for having you back on. Congratulations again on the nomination for the
Thank you guys. So
National
all you
Board
guys got
Awards Women's
nominated.
Judge. So
Yeah.
Hopefully this time I get over the hump, man.
I
Yeah.
know. I
Yeah.
was like, yes, let's go for the win. But yeah, everybody go vote, go vote, go vote. It's a great thing to have for the community, and it's a great gauge, and it's a great way to show your support in any way that you can. So definitely go vote, and yeah, let our voices be heard. So, all right.
Thank
Well,
Absolutely.
you
thank you
guys.
guys again.
Absolutely.
I love having you on, and we'll start looking for the next
Yeah.
time.
Ron, I'm
Caleb,
in the,
Michael, Amanda,
yep.
love you guys.
Yep.
Peace,
Love
Brother
you
and we'll
Billy.
see
too.
you in the show
Yep.
ring.
Hey,
Peace.
All right,
I'm
Pop
in the
Pit.
dump truck all day during the day, man. Hit me up
I'm
whenever
gonna
you
go
get
cure
food
this
on.
pink eye. I'm gonna go cure this pink
Ah!
eye.
Remember, freshly squeezed,
I think
very
I'm getting a little
important.
pink
Freshly.
eye
That's
myself. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, I
If
had a
it's
little bit
not
of pink
cured
eye
tonight,
thing.
I need to do it again tomorrow night. Y'all
You
good
got
night.
it.
Kaya, we're sorry. We're sorry.
All right, good night.
Hey,
Bye.
Michael, give me a call
Yes.
too. Don't hesitate to call me. I'm always free.
Will do.
Oh my God.
All
I'll
right.
see you guys next time. Y'all have a great night.
All right. Good night.